actually include like the voices and everything. Like it's just like whoever the moderator is, like that's real cool. Yeah, you're right. I think trying to get a copy of the original game is like they do bids all the time on eBay. Like PC still has the game? Gotta see that lady that they was interviewing for GTA 6. I gotta see that clip. Okay.
Okay. Make sure everything's working well.
Yeah, I told you I was gonna send you that clip.
Which clip?
Nah, I was like, you probably already seen it, but it was like one of the voice actors for GTA 6. They had asked her about GTA 6, and she had like this face, like she got scared. Like,
Yeah.
you seen that one?
I think so. It sounds familiar. So just send it to me when we have time.
Okay, I put it in Discord. All right.
All right, you ready?
All right. Yep.
All right. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, and welcome to another episode of the Chop It Up podcast, episode 17. We got me and Dewana right now. Black Toad, he'll show up whenever he can, but let's kind of get these topics on the road today. Oh, my fault. Introduce yourself, Mr. Dewana.
All right. My name is Dewan. I am another co-host of the Chop It Up Music Podcast. So I feel like today is gonna be a great episode. We have a lot of interesting topics, and you're gonna be in for a ride today. So
Yes, sir.
enjoy yourselves.
Yes, sir. Today's topics. We got what rap taught us about. Excuse me. What has rap taught about you about music? Should artists have to do their own interviews? Is 2 Chainz a legend? Is T.I. a respected lyricist? I also throw in the Big Sean curse. Funny enough. And lastly, Carter 6 final predictions, since that's coming out this week. So we got some crazy shit to talk about today. But before we start, what you been listening to, fam?
Man, what I've been listening to It's a mix of everything. I've been on my little baby bag for a little bit. I went back. I was just listening to other day the little baby album Wham,
Yeah.
and I went back to it. I'm like, it's not actually a bad album. Uh, it's not good as my turn, but it was. I'll put it number two. Right under my turn. But listen to the new little baby album. I know a lot of people feel like he fell off, but I don't feel like he fell off. I just think that sometimes people just want to hear something new, and they probably maybe get tired of his music. But I feel like he's in like a dope position. He's not where he was, but I've been listening to Lil Baby and going back to his music, and I realized, man, he can rap too. Like, I be forgetting that he can actually rap.
Mm,
But yeah, that's pretty much all. Uh, Lil Baby. Surprisingly, I have not been listening to I Am Music as much. That's a conversation I do want us to have, like in the future when the album turns 6 months old.
okay.
But yeah, okay. But I've been listening to Lil Baby.
See, I tell you, you gotta give that album a chance, man. It's yeah,
I mean, hold on. Let me say this. It's not a classic or anything. It's just it's cool.
yeah.
It's cool.
Nah, I never look. You know, I have certain standards when it comes to putting an album in that classic tier or whatever. I never said it was a classic, but I never said it was a bad album. I just said this is Lil Baby. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what people really expect out of him too much. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
turn to.
I mean, it's a different time, bro. It's a different era. You know what I'm saying? Like people's mindsets change, people's styles change, and it's funny because like I'm about to mention the whole style stuff once once we kind of get things. Hold on, give me a second. Let me see.
Yeah, that's
Sorry about that.
see how albums.
Family called.
Go ahead.
No, it's all good. You about to say something?
Oh, I was just saying it's so crazy how like you know albums just age and stuff like that because some albums are growers and then some albums just get worse as time go on. Like it was so crazy. Like I'm in this weird place because I was listening. Maybe I burnt myself out on I Am Music because I was like listening to I Am Music 12 hours out of the day, and it's like now I ain't probably went back to the album in like weeks,
Yeah.
maybe like 2 weeks, but
Uh,
I probably burnt myself out on that.
yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I've been listening to the album probably like for like month and a half now. There's like certain songs I go back to, but like this is other music that I just be listening to. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I got my fill. I don't really need to keep listening to it more and more. I'll go back to it like after like around like that 5 to 6 month anniversary, and we'll see how things go. You know. But yeah. But
Listen to Pink Panthers. That's who we really need to tune in to. Pink Panthers.
nah, I checked her out of music a couple years back. I think last year or whenever she dropped her last project. I get some of her drum kits for whenever I work on like drum and bass songs and stuff like that. Since she's like really tapped into with that genre and stuff. And like no disrespect to my wife, but that's Bay. Low key, that's Bay right there. So like I gotta stay tapped in. You know what I'm saying? Pink Panther is like that's
Mm,
she's definitely a top tier producer in my opinion. She knows her shit.
and she's not using uh lust to sell her music.
Not at all, bro.
She's
Not at all.
not.
It's straight natural beauty. Her brain's talented, creative. It's just like we need that in the music in the music industry, bro. We don't need to keep using other suggestive means to boost up sales and get cloud and this and that. Like, not saying that I'm not judging for anybody who does do that, but we do got like a younger audience who's trying to cater, like trying to get into this like this music style, and we don't need to keep thinking that like, oh, we got to do this and we got to show ass just so we can, you know, make hits and stuff like that. Like we ain't got. I mean, I'm just being honest, bro. Like we ain't got to do all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
But
Pink Panthers. I have like she really do not promote like herself in that type of way. Like this, like you say, like pure music. Like I don't know. I feel like we'll be a dope married couple. I don't know, but we shall see.
yeah. All right, but let's get ahead.
Oh, you just got quiet. Okay, okay, okay.
What happened?
I said you got quiet when I said that.
No, no, I was listening. I was just listening. Look, bro.
Don't worry, I won't bring it around you, bro.
I mean, there ain't nothing I can do about it. Like my days are done. Like, all respect to
Uh,
you. But
it's just that honestly, it's not. It's not. I'm gonna say this, then we're gonna move forward. It's not, and I'm not listening after her. It's not because of how she look. It's just that it's rare that you see like girls tapped into their like, what do you call that? I don't want to say nerdy, but it's just like I guess the quirky side. I don't know the right word for it. I don't know the politically correct word, but girls that are tapped into that side of. Can you help me out? You
she's
know what I
just
mean?
she just gives off like like you're cool. Not the homie type, but like you don't have to like show. You're not what's the word? Shit, even I can't think of the word for it. Like you don't. She doesn't give off that vibe. Like okay, like oh, I don't need to. I don't need to worry about bringing you around the homies or anything like that. Like you give off like you get like you can chill with us and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, yeah.
that's what it is. This this man here, bro said woman crush Wednesday.
And no, women crush every day. Like she's tapped into that nerdy side. Like, and it's not like she embraces that so well in a generation where like a lot of girls or some even guys are ashamed to embrace that side of themselves. Like that side of, oh, I still like Star Wars. I still like Pokemon. Like everybody wants to be like, I guess hood rich. I don't know, but she's tapped into that side that a lot of people is ashamed to express themselves on.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I will say this though, she was in an interview the other day and she was talking about she trying to get married and have kids this year. So you better tap in.
Okay, I gotta figure something out. When she's in, I don't think she ever come to Houston. I don't think Pink Panthers have ever did a show down here. I don't think so. But
This nigga here. All right, let's get on with the
we'll
first
see.
topic. What? Oh shit! I didn't even talk about what I was listening to. So I ain't gonna lie, I went from like three different artists. So first, I started with Big Sean again. I was trying to like just get the rest of my discography out of him, and like I said, bro, his first two projects were lackluster. He had a couple songs or whatever, but like I don't know. I was just like you could definitely tell that like he was kind of like he was trying to be mature, but like he was just making some very weird type songs or whatever. I'm just like, all right, bro, like this ain't it. Then Dark Sky Paradise came around. I will say this though. I will say this. Each project that he did after the last one, his style, like his flow and everything got better. So he was rapping better, but it was just like some songs like every song that he did with like Nicki Minaj, it was like some suggestive shit. And I'm just like, bro, like come on, bro. Like relax, bro. But nah, well, I'm gonna save the rest for the Big Sean topics later because like I already know I already put that in the topic for later on. Then I started listening to. I was trying to gear for Carter for Carter 6. So last night I listened to the first Carter, and it was cool. It was cool. Some songs definitely had like it was definitely for like people who's definitely from New Orleans and everything. So there weren't some songs I was able to tap into like that, but I respected it and everything. He was still coming off that that hot boy sound or whatever, but he was kind of like also maturing too. So I did like that about it. You know what I'm saying? And then I listened to Carter
No,
too, and
ooh, tell me about this. You know that's my favorite Wayne album. Tell me.
he blew my mind. Like pause. Like he blew my mind. The first. I want to say at least like the good portion of the album. Because like Carter 1 and Carter 2 is like night and day, bro. It's like Carter 1. It sounded like he was just like he just graduated out of high school. Like he's just talking the shit. He letting you know like what's up. But in Carter 2, it's just like it's like he just like turned to like a straight like boss, bro. Like the music he was making was like legit hustler music, bro. Like he was that's the type of shit he was on. And I'm like, bro, what happened with because he only dropped the album like a year after Carter like the first Carter. So I'm like, what made him like mature up his sound and everything? You know what I'm saying? Like it was just like just straight fire right after that. Right after that. There was a couple songs I kind of like fell back on a little bit, but majority of the album just straight perfect. You know what I'm saying? Uh I can't
Yep.
really compare it to like Carter 3 or whatever cuz like I said Carter 4 is still my favorite and I will stand behind that, you know what I'm saying? But Carter 2 is definitely I will say it's definitely neck and neck with Carter 3. I will say that.
Man, man, look. When you talk about the mob on Carter 2, the intro,
Yeah, yeah.
the fly in, fly out. My favorite one is "Money on My Mind." Like, I just the way he was rapping on "Money on My Mind." Even Nicki, like, she did her thing. Like, it's just, man, that album is like, I feel like to me is the best. And then I had to put Carter 4 under, and then sadly, I had to put Carter 3 number 3, ironically. But it's not because Carter 3 is not a good project. It's just because of rapping wise, I just have to put Carter 2 above
Yeah.
Carter 3 because Carter 3, that's when he started kind of like experimenting. Like, he was rapping on some songs, but then some songs he was just kind of like, yeah, that's when he started using auto tune. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think on Carter 2 there's no auto tune on that
There isn't.
project.
There isn't.
So Carter 3, he start having fun. Like, you can like la la la, like he's having fun on Carter 3. Like,
Yeah.
but everything after Carter 4, I can see why people may say that they feel some type of way about Carter 6 because some people stopped listening to Wayne since Carter 4 because people said like Carter 5 had like a lot of mixed reactions. And that's an album that I went to not too long ago, like Carter 5. And I feel like Carter 5 still would have been a better album. To me, it just had too many songs. It should have been cut in half because he gave us like almost 20 plus songs.
Yeah.
And some of those songs, it's like, okay, wait. Like,
That,
oh,
yeah, he definitely did his thing, bro. That's all I'm just saying. But we'll
yeah. I know, you know what? Hold on. I know a lot of girls that listen to Carter 5 because of the love songs that's on the album. Like, I know you said your wife have bumped Carter 5, like some songs on it. Like, it had like a lot of, he has love songs on that album that some women may be tapped into. That's all I had to say.
that that's why I was gonna bring up, bro. No, well, we could say that for the Carter 6 predictions because I have my take about Carter 5 and it might not it might not sound too happy, but yeah, let's. Oh, and then yeah, the last part I was listening to was like Pusha T, but and I'm gonna just say
Mm.
this: Give Pusha T a listen, bro. There's a reason why he's still
Okay.
relevant, and not just because of Drake. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna do that because I ain't gave him a full listen since Daytona, and I know he dropped the album.
Yeah, he
Since Daytona.
he it's called it's called
It's almost dry.
yeah, Almost Dry. Um there's gonna be like three versions of that album. It has like Ye versus Pharrell, Pharrell versus Ye, and then like the album itself. For me personally, I started off with the Ye versus Pharrell, and there was a reason why. I ain't gonna give you my answer until you actually listen to it, but there's a reason why I had it had it set up that way. So yeah, please get the album a try. You know what I'm saying?
Will do.
All right. So let's get on with the first topic. What has rap taught you about music?
Mm. As a producer, I just think you should go first.
Okay, not a problem. Um, so I will say this: when I first started producing, like when I was like late 15, 16, early 16s, whatever the case is, um, I was already familiar with sampling and everything like that, and that was because like back then, like I want to say like 2012 when Rick Ross was dropping, Good Music was dropping a lot of songs, even Wayne and then stuff like that. Like 2012 was like a crazy time, and I noticed during that era, like a lot of people was like still sampling songs and shit like that. Like I know people don't really sample too much. Well, they sample, but like they be sampling shit that came out like in the like 2000s and stuff like that. Like that's cool and all, but the 70s, 80s, even 90s samples, that's where all of that stuff was. So what I used to do, I'll like the first album, like what was that Rick Ross project? God Forgives I Don't. I went on the Wikipedia page, and after when I listened to the album, like I wanted to find the samples for it just so like I can hear like the ideas and everything. And I looked at the notes. I looked at the like the title descriptions and everything, and I was like, okay, this is where that sample came from. This is where that sample came from. And after that, bro, it's just like I just kept doing it over and over and over. Like the producers that like these artists be getting for their fucking projects, bro, and where they be finding their samples from, be fucking crazy, bro. Like people don't understand. Like during like the blog era, like all them guys, bro. Like when you use a sample, like that shit sticks with you. You know what I'm saying? Um, and not even just sampling, but like it also just teaches me about history because not sampling, but like rap music in general. It taught me a lot about history because like back in the '90s, a lot of shit was going on, like with the whole parental adversary type thing, the East and West Coast beefs, like the whole there's like a whole bunch of movements that was going on because of rap music and stuff like that, and it's like when you kind of look at things, it's just like rap is legit just like a long ass movie, like because you can make a movie about like the music that like about hip hop music that came out during like the 80s. You can make about a documentary that came out in the 90s, whatever, and you have so much shit that you can talk about and learn from. That it's just like it seems endless. You know what I'm saying? Like it comes off to the point where like you'll never run out of stuff to talk about because rapping just going on for so long and it's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely learned a lot. Um, and I will say this, like, even though we're in that era right now where it's just like you feel like you're not really learning too much, you're definitely still learning like a lot of things because a lot of stuff is coming out of coming from the dark into the light. And I'm not talking about no Diddy stuff or anything like that. We can also see how messed up these music labels are because I don't know if you heard, but like Def Jam's been kind of pulling like some sneaky moves with censoring Kendrick Lamar because Pusha T and his brother, well, I think mainly Pusha T or Clips. I think it was Clips. They were under Def Jam, but when the whole Drake and Kendrick beef was going on, and I know you don't like to bring that shit up, but there's a reason why I'm about to bring it up. When the beef was going on, they were I think they was working on their album, and no, it was after the beef. Yeah, they was working on their album, and they have a Kendrick Lamar feature. And Def Jam was like, they I don't think they dissed Drake or whatever the case is, but because of like Drake's history with Kendrick and Pusha T, they told him to not have Kendrick on there, and like trying to censor out his music and everything like that, because I guess they're in good, they want to keep that good relationship with Drake and whatever, which is like kind of, you know, slimy when you kind of think about it. So what did Pusha T end up doing? He ended up leaving the label. He paid his dues and he just left out of there. And it's just like, it kind of makes you wonder, like, what other kind of what other sneaky shit's like going on behind like these executives and everything like that. Because if Pusha T is doing that just for a Kendrick feature, you know what I'm saying, and Def Jam's moving like that, like who else got like kind of who else got like some sneaky stuff going on? Like, is this the reason why like Drake is doing this whole suing thing because he about to air out UMG and all this stuff? Like, it's so much stuff to it, bro. It's so much stuff to it. But yeah, that's all I can really say about that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting take, bro. Um, I would have to say for me is I know this might sound, you know me, I can kind of I just express myself how I choose to. I would have to say rap music has taught me like evolution. Like as more and more I've been listening to rap music, I remember like me and my brother were having this conversation. This was like 2 years ago. He was just I used to kind of give 21 Savage a hard time because I'm like I didn't really understand him, but my
Yeah.
brother was always a 21 fan, and he used to tell me like, bro, 21 Savage is the pure example of evolution, and I just kind of like was thinking like, okay, he went from if you ever listen to 21 Savage earlier songs versus the music he makes now, it's like night and day. Like the lyrics, like his lyrics, his flow, you know, everything has changed. And I'm just using him as an example. The same way I
Mm-hmm.
feel about Two Chains. Like, so I just think like rap music like have taught me that a artist can constantly evolve. Like it doesn't like that's why I kind of feel like when people say things about like you know when they mention Drake or Kanye, and yes I know public opinion people feel how they feel about him
Yeah.
because they may have their reasons, but it's like I like when artists step into new eras. Like for example, we probably like people could say, and that's why eras is just so important to me as a consumer. People could say, "Hey, man, I think Rebirth was a terrible album," but people know that Wayne was in a very unique era during that time of Rebirth, and
Mm-hmm.
so it could have been people that probably did not connect with the music, but they liked it that Wayne stepped into a new era. That's why I like people like. That's why I always mention Wayne as my favorite artist because he have created new eras for himself. Like I am not a human being too. That is not Carter for Wayne. Like it's
Yeah.
not. And it's so crazy. Those albums are only 2 years apart, but it just shows you that he was evolving and and that it's something that I like because rappers don't want to do that because they're afraid what people gonna think, what people gonna say. All right, for example, I'm gonna just say it. Drake, Iceman could be a new era, regardless of what people say about Drake. Iceman could be if he choose to. Iceman don't have to be another love song album. This could be a full on like, hey y'all, I'm just no features. I'm gonna say what I gotta say, right? But that's if he choose to. So I feel like rap music just it just would teach you about like evolution and how artists can evolve, and that's something that I see that certain artists don't want to do anymore. Like certain artists, they don't want to evolve. Like I look at Uzi, I'm like Uzi is the perfect example of he can't. It's time for him to evolve. Like I just think for Uzi, like for example, like people keep saying like Uzi need to get back into that Love Is Rage 2, Love Is Rage 1. Like number one, he's not in his early 20s anymore. Like the dude is 30, right? He's about, if not almost 30. He's about to probably push. He might get married. Who knows? Like his life is not in that same place where he was when he was with Britney when this was 2015, 2016.
Right.
And that's why I like Playboy Cardi. Evolution, right?
Right.
He went from Die Lit, Whole Lot of Red, and I Music. I don't care what nobody say. None of those albums sound the same. Like all those albums are like night and day, and that's something that rap music has taught me. Uh, Rap music has taught me is evolution. So that's the reason why I do get excited for artists like Wayne, Two Chains, and I feel like it's something that some artists should still want to do. Like, like just evolve. Like, just step into a new era. Like, try new things. Like Kanye evolved, right? Regardless of his situation now, but people can say like, okay, well, in the past, his albums, he was in a new era each album he dropped, and that's what makes music fun again. When an artist come back with a new music, when artists come back with he see I'm streaming. I don't know why he did that.
Hmm.
But when artists come out with new music and they step into a new era, and that's why I'm just excited. Like I really hope Carter Six is like that new era. But this is something that is needed more in music. And I feel like Playboy Carter, he's showing us that, man, every time I drop a new album, I'm not gonna be I'm gonna be like a whole different person. Like, and it's crazy because it kind of be on like on some alter ego type stuff,
Yeah.
but it's exciting because it makes me wonder, man. I wonder what Playboy Cardi's gonna do with the next album because he's not predictable, and I just feel like that's what I miss about how what music used to be during the blog era because you never knew how Wayne was gonna come. Dedication 3, Dedication 4, Dedication 5, like they're all unique mixtapes. You never knew how Wayne was gonna approach because like people used to be thinking like, man, what is he gonna do this time? So I just feel like that's something that's still needed to this day because still trying to recreate a version of yourself when you first dropped your debut song or your debut album, it just get kind of corny after a while.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Nah, I respect that, bro. Uh, oh yeah. Black Toe say he'll be showing up soon. He's just handling family stuff right now.
Okay. Yeah, and to add to that, I like what just popped in my head is like Chief Keef. I used to be one of those little kids. I admit it. In middle school, in high school, man, Chief Keef fell off. He did it. Like I used to say it. I admit it, and I was wrong for saying that because what happened was he just evolved. Like he's like, why would I expect this man who actually changed his whole mindset to still rap like he was 16, 15 years old? Like,
Yeah.
and I was still because I was super young at the time, and that was like the thing. In 2018, 2017, he fell off. He fell off after 2016. He like it was the thing to just kind of like pick, like make fun and make jokes. But it's like now I look back on it, it's like it doesn't even matter if he never has a hit again in his career. He evolved as an artist.
Hmm. Yeah. Oh, you good?
Nah, you good? Yeah, yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's how I feel whenever people be well, I mean, they'll saying this for years now, but it's just like back then. It was like, man, Kanye need to go back to his old style, this and that. Kanye is not the same man from how he was 20 years ago. He is not even the same person how he was 10 years ago. And he definitely changed from how he was even 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you can't really expect people to just stay the same. Like people got to evolve eventually. You know what I'm saying? Um, Shit, bring it back to this whole the 21 Savage stuff when you were telling me how you sounded back then. I listened to some of his earlier projects before the one he did with Metro Boomin, the first one. Yeah, he definitely changed up some shit. Like his style was still kind of the same, but he definitely kind of made it at least a little bit more, you know, catering to like a newer audience and stuff like that. So like I see what you mean by that. But yeah.
Yeah, because his earlier, and then I went back to some of his interviews, and then like he said again, like he was just like, earlier in his early, like before he took like rap serious, like before 2016, like 2014, 2015, he was just more so just like, just he was from the hood, and everybody made songs in the hood in Atlanta. So it wasn't just like this thing of I'm trying to be a rapper. But when he dropped, which is still my favorite project, when he dropped I'm Greater, I don't know if I'm saying it right.
I
When he dropped
was.
that one, that's still that's still in rotation. Like when he dropped that project, that's what really got in my attention. Like that's what he really caught my attention. Like, and that's why I feel like he's like the only person that can really give Gunna a run for his money right now, because that album, it really caught my attention. Like back in like 2018, 2019, I
Yeah.
think that's when it came out. I was like, because when he dropped Issa, it was like, okay, Savage Mode 1 was cool, but that album made me feel like, okay, like he's trying to take music serious.
Yeah.
So I like that album a lot.
Nah, I respect that. Okay. You ready to go on to the next topic?
Yeah.
Okay. Um my fault. What they got going on over here? I didn't even get to see what kind of news they was going on talking about this. I mean, I didn't see if any this man academics, bro. He just been on some shit lately. I ain't gonna say anything because that's your boy.
Man, academics is he's interesting, but I mean it's like this. When it comes to, I'll say this: I don't agree with everything he do. I don't. I'm not an academic stan. I don't even really watch those Twitch streams or something like that. I might just watch a clip every now and then on YouTube. But when it comes to like journalism, I just feel like he's really good at doing that, and that's why if he was to ever make YouTube videos like back on his YouTube channel like he used to,
Mm-hmm.
if he was ever to stop streaming, I think he would still do numbers,
Yeah.
because people know regardless of how he act. That's why it was so interesting, and that's what's so interesting, right? When journalism, I don't I don't really kind of like it as much when journalists start to try to build relationships with artists, because sometimes they don't give their honest. They sometimes they can be out of bias. They can be biased because now they friends with the artist, and
Yeah.
so they not. So some journalists are not going to tell the truth. Like I remember, like Wayne on Everyday Struggle, like because he was from New York, he kind of gave a lot of New York artists some grace. And the same thing, like how I feel about like academics, because I remember watching his videos and I didn't even know how he looked. like I caught
Yeah.
on to every I caught on to when I started watching Everyday Struggle, it was just Wayno was on there. I didn't catch the era when it was him and Joe Budden. And I didn't catch that era. I caught on to Everyday Struggle kind of late when Wayno was on there. But when people started to kind of like know his personal life, I feel like that's what kind of affected like how people receive the information that they get, because now people know what you do in your personal life. So when you come with a rap story or with a news story, people always gonna give you that side eye because
Mm,
there's a saying to say like keep business and personal separate. So that's
yeah.
my take.
Uh, yeah. Yeah. I agree with that. Okay.
You seem starstruck. Like what happened? Like you got lost for a minute.
No, cause like
Just thinking about.
I hear one of the kids in the background, but like it seemed like they're okay. I'll just that's intuition, bro. Like I
You
checked
gotta
on them.
go
They're
check on
good.
them. We cool.
No, they're good. They're good.
All right.
The older kids just
All
texted me.
right.
It was all good. Yeah.
All
Summer
right.
summer break, bro. Summer break, man.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Should artists have to do their own interview? Well, should artists have to do interviews if they want to or not? That is a funny one. Um, Personally, they don't have to. It would be nice if they did just a little bit more because like I said, coming off from like the early 2010s and stuff like that, like and even before there was a lot of artists that was doing like a whole bunch of interviews and everything for like not even just project stuff, but just so they can like let the audience know, hey, I am a regular person, this and that. I don't mind talking about my life story and this and that, whatever. And that's how you kind of feel a little bit closer to the artist because like now you've seen like a whole different perspective of them. Like I remember 2018, I was working at my other job, and for some reason I was just on a Breakfast Club binge. Like I just wanted to just watch like a whole bunch of Breakfast Club videos of like rappers and stuff like that. And there I saw some from Big Crit to Ye to Jay Z and this and that and everything. And shit, even Azalea Banks is as loud as she was. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, give me a second. What? Get one from over there. My bad. Yeah, so it's like I was just like watching like a whole bunch of interviews with them with like all them artists and everything, and it's just like okay, so Azalea Banks isn't that. I don't want to use the word because I don't know if I'll get demonetized or whatever, but she isn't as loud as people think she is. At least when she's away from Twitter. You know what I'm saying? And then like also like I said, whenever you hear some of these artists do their interviews and shit like that, you also be finding out like what be going on behind the scenes. Like I said back with the whole label situation. Because I remember I was watching the Big Crit one, and he was talking about like the way how Def Jam they kind of like I mean he talked about it in his songs too, like they want him to like have like a different set of sounds or hit like the radio and stuff like that, but that just wasn't him. Summer break, Jesus Christ, bro. My bad. Yeah, you just kind of just find out like a lot about the artist whenever you doing interviews and shit. Like even to this day, like that whole Joe Budden and Migos thing. Like I know a lot of people was like trying to figure out what was going on with that shit. And then once we kind of find out that was just like Joe Budden just did not want to do it for whatever reason, for his reasons, whatever. It's just like, oh, okay. It's just like, damn, like really, like that was like going on. But personally, like if they don't want to do it, they ain't got to. I mean, I just know that like some people can get away with just doing without interviews, and they'll still have like their fan base. Like I think Cardi, like I think he had like one interview, right? And then after that, like yeah, like 2016 or 17, he had like one interview, and after that, like he just went on like 4 to 5 years without doing like another one. until like the streaming era kind of came around, and he he tried to do that little stream shit with Hayden Ross, and you see how that turned out, you know. But yeah, that I mean, yeah, in my opinion, it's up to the artist if they want to do the an interview or not. It may it may help them, it may not, you know. But that's just how I look at it.
Black Toad.
Is he in here? Oh, oh.
Bro. I don't know why, but by the time I joined on my computer, the internet just shut off, and it's like everywhere. I don't know. It just like the second I joined, bro.
Okay, do you want to take it from here?
What's the topic?
uh, well,
Should artists have to do interviews?
Should
well,
artists do
we
interviews?
yeah, should artists do
Should
interview? Because
artists
we
do
already
interviews?
talked about what rap has taught you. I mean, we can go back to it later on if you want, but
Yeah, later on, yeah, but yeah, I think artists should do interviews. I don't think they should stop, no matter what level that they at, because it kind of like lets you know, like at least the mindset that they were in creating whatever project is relevant at the time. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
then you get like the context of certain things. It's like a sneak peek. But like sometimes people just want to like see the person instead of just the artist. You feel me? Which is like why they have all these compilations of like funny moments of certain celebrities and shit, because like everybody's goofy or everybody's like, everybody's like funny in some way, and you kind of want to see that even if it's like a rapper, like you still want to see like just another side of them. You feel me?
yeah,
And I think that it sucks that after a certain level, people get way too busy to where interviews are just obsolete, because it's like you're gonna buy the album anyways. That's how they have that. That's how they think about it. Um, so like you don't see interviews. Well, you do see interviews from Wayne, but it's not like in the about talking about the music. It's just niggas chilling with him, and that's not a bad thing at all. But it's like you don't see interviews from Jay. You don't see interviews frequently from Kendrick or uh like Eminem as much, and it is just annoying that like from an era where it literally was like
uh, uh, uh
already established. Those were like really good
wait,
moments
hold
in
on,
the
you kind of cut
culture.
out a little bit.
I did.
Yeah,
Oh, where did I cut out at?
you're good now.
I was just saying that like those type of moments are good for like the culture of hip hop, in my opinion. Up, internet's back on, so let me go back on my computer.
Okay, no one.
Okay, yeah. I have to say this that I feel like interviews are important. Depends on the artist. Honestly, if you're the type of person that if I know an artist, like I'm gonna be honest, like certain artists, I'm really good on them having to do interviews for because like I'm really good on their interviews because I know that they put their heart into their music. Like, but there's certain artists because I'm more interested. Like for example, like J Cole. I was like you say when I start kind of like when I started getting really cool with you, I started to give him more listen. I've been knowing who he was. I've been listening to some of his albums, but when I started kind of like, getting more cool with you, that's when I started giving him more listen. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember when J. Cole did that did that interview with Lil Yachty. And my mind was blown because I'm just like he was expressing so many things that so many rappers will never talk about. Like J. Cole, as talented as he is, he said like he was sitting on the couch one day and he was like listening to some of his raps. And he's like, man, this stuff is trash. Like he went through he went through that phase where he actually felt and as dope as a rapper, like as he is, there's not a lot of artists that's gonna say, like, bro, I think this kinda like, a little bad. Like it's not that many artists that would say that. So when I seen like J. Cole did the interview and even Lil Yachty, I remember when Lil Yachty did an interview on Rap Radar and he was kind of saying like, um, how the reason why he named that last album he had like the alternative album, Let's Start Here, because he kind of got tired of doing the same trap music, and that he kind of felt like, man, like this same sound I'm doing, like I want to try something new. And I like when certain artists do interviews, like especially artists that are like creative, and then especially artists that don't never tell their personal life. Like it's
Yeah.
like getting expecting an artist to be vulnerable in their music. It's like really rare these days.
Yeah.
So, and it's something that is not weak if somebody does it. Like it's not like I feel like that's why I can't wait till we get to this Carter Six topic because I have a lot of opinions on that, but I'll save it. But it's like that's more needed. Like SZA, man, bro, you ever listen to a SZA album? It's like it's gonna take you on a roller coaster, literally. That's why if SZA does an interview, I'll give it a listen. But I know in her music, she's gonna like take you through so many like times in her life or even emotions or whatever that you don't really have to really hear her do an interview like too much because you know her songs. She's gonna tell you how she's feeling. But an artist like Travis Scott, bro, I need an interview because
Yeah.
you're not gonna get like you're not gonna get personal, and I don't expect you like he like for example on My Eyes he could have went there, but then he started talking about jumping off stage, and it's like he spent like 2 3 bars rapping about the whole Astro situation, and then he went back to jumping on stage and getting high. And I'm like, bro, come on, you could have stayed in that same topic, like, but like an artist like him, come on, bro, like I need some interviews because you're not gonna really express yourself personally on your albums and I think about what you said as well, Shaq, on Astro World, that song Coffee Bean or whatever, like that would have been like the perfect beat. So for him to just go in, but then he starts talking about something else. But it just
Yeah.
depends on the artist because a lot of these artists they ain't trying to get personal.
At all.
It's
It
like
is annoying.
I don't know. It's just like I don't like I said, artists. I mean, yeah, artists. They have every right to not do interviews. Like do what they want to do. But it's just like how you expect like the fans to like really have like some type of bond with you or at least like a connection if you're not, you know, because music is one thing. Like yeah, you could be talking about you could be rapping about your life or whatever, but sometimes artists just be lying about that shit. Like we seen this happen a whole bunch of times. So like we just want to know if you're just relatable, bro. Because like let's just say for like a young guy who's just now listening to Kendrick Lamar for like the first time and like the first album he listens to is probably like To Bimp a Butterfly. To Bimp a
Oh,
Butterfly, it was
that's
one of the
horrible.
projects where like it kind of like with some of the lyrics it kind of went through like kind of went over it's like some people's heads and shit for like some for like newer audience and stuff like that. At least for me, so I was able to like grasp like some of the lyrics that he was talking about, right? Compared to like how I felt about Section 80 and Good Kid, Mad City. I can relate to some of those songs that he was talking about on Section 80 and Good Kid because like he was saying some stuff that was like easy for me to understand. But like for To Pimp a Butterfly, he's talking about like politics, hood politics, like just black like black creativity and all these other things. Like I get it because I'm black, so it's like I get it, but at the same time like I don't get it. Like what is the whole the big thing behind it? So like when you're doing these interviews or whatever, and you actually listen to like when you actually like hear Kendrick talking about it for the first time, and he kind of explains like some songs and stuff like that, or at least how he felt when he was making the album. It's just like okay, you get a different perspective. So once you actually go back and listen to the album, it's like this is the shit he was talking about. Like oh okay, now I get it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even just Kendrick, but like a whole bunch of artists, like even like Mac Miller, for example, like like granted I never like really watched like a Mac Miller like interview like that, but I can only imagine that Like that's what some of his audience kind of probably wanted from him. And whenever they did like watch any of his interviews and stuff like that, they found that like Mike is like a chill ass dude, and like even like the stuff he would be talking about his music, it's so relatable. So like when he's actually talking about it from like just like from like a non music perspective, it's just like, oh, so this is what you're really been on, and that's how you start building that connection with your audience and everything. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even just music either. Like I said, like with games, like media and whatever. People want to know, like people want to know the people who they look up to. You know what I'm saying? Or at least have like high respect for. You know what I'm saying? So
I do.
those interviews, I feel like they really do help. You know what I'm saying? And then again, like Dewan said, you got like other artists who just not really interesting. Like I think The Weeknd went a whole decade without doing an interview, so to say. And like when you, granted, I ain't never watched no interview about him either, because I mean, I just listen to The Weeknd just for the Weeknd. I don't really know. I don't really need to know anything about him. No disrespect, but you know what I'm saying? I can only imagine that like once he actually started like talking about the type of person he was or whatever, it's like, oh, he's a pretty normal guy, and that's just it. You know what I'm saying?
That nigga ain't
But
normal.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I wouldn't know. Like I said, the Weeknd's not really like a guy I want to know about. Like his music kind of does enough for me as it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
I guess.
what you mean?
I mean, go ahead, Black Toad.
Nah, I was just saying it's like, at least in my opinion, it's not to say like you need to get to know someone. I'm just saying like for me, it's like just to see another side of them because people, as you like, people, a lot of people aren't 100% when they put their music out. You
Yeah,
know, like they
that's
don't
what I
be
said.
saying shit that they live behind. So it's like the interviews kind of let you know if they're really about that, or it's like just see just certain sides of them. It's like, hey, you know, just what type of person is this guy or this guy? You know, at least for me.
That's what I was saying. I I,
No, I
I
mean,
said
Yeah,
exactly that.
I thought you were talking about like, oh, I just wanted to listen to the music. I don't give a fuck about
No,
any of
no,
that.
I just say for like some artists, cause like Dewan said, like, do you really want to know about Travis Scott? Like, I guess like for like Travis Scott, it's just like I guess like since he's from Houston, it's like oh how he came up in Houston and whatever. And once you find out, it's like oh okay, so he done this and done that, and I'm like okay, that's cool. But what else makes him like an interesting person other than like his stage presence or whatever?
Yeah,
And the things that's
I,
going on
I, I,
behind it.
I like I was saying earlier. On my eyes, that would have been the perfect song for him to go there. But then he just kind of like he went back to his regular stuff, and
yeah,
like it like I remember when Offset, right? I'm gonna use him for example. Offset dropped his album Father of Four. It came out in 2018. That was his first solo album, and his lead single was a song called Red Room. I don't know if y'all remember,
I
but
remember. I
it's a
remember.
basic. Yeah, it was basically a song where he was personal about his upbringing and stuff like that. And then people were so excited, like me. It's like, okay, man, this is gonna be like, I wasn't expecting the whole album to be personal, but I know like a good majority of the project because he was doing interviews off that lead single, and a lot of people liked that song, and the song did well. Bro, the album drops, and it's chains. It's about jury girls. Like it's about the typical Migos stuff. But that lead single was like having a lot of people thinking like me, like okay, like this album is gonna be about. And then he put his family on the album cover. So that's what made me like, okay, this is gonna be like one of the ones. But some artists will like kind of like lead you in that direction, like to have you thinking that they're gonna go there, they're gonna be personal and stuff like that. Like when Cardi did like this small interview before he dropped Whole Lotta Red, his last album, and people was asking like, I had to sing out a clip later. People was asking like, man, like, what should we expect from Whole Lot of Red? He like, man, oh, expect a whole lot of bars. I'm barred up on this album. So a lot of people were excited, like, man, he about to really be rapping.
No,
And then the
he
album
was not going to be
drops.
doing that.
But that's what he said. That's what he said. The album drop. But then you got some artists that just let the music speak for themselves. And that is exactly what Gunna is doing now. When Gunna got out of jail, he just got quiet. Dropped that album, and I was like, man, like wow. So it just honestly depends. Like for Travis Scott, Coffee Bean My Eyes, it would have been songs perfect to get personal on. But and I would be interested in to know like, okay, what is Travis? I mean, Travis Scott has been through some stuff, man. Like, but some artists they just not gonna do that. They're just not gonna do it. Like Future, he needs to drop a 4 for 4 album. I keep saying that. I need Future to
What, apologizing to
apologize.
Sierra? Hell
Look,
no.
no, just to everything. I just need Future to just give us that 4 for 4 album where you just like, you know what, man, look, because like if Future was to drop like a Take Care or, you know, if you're reading this, it's too late. Like it will bump. So, but
Wishful
he
thinking.
might just
Wishful
yeah,
thinking.
wishful thinking. But he might just give us Dirty Sprite 3. He might just do that.
He probably ain't
But
gonna give none of those, bro. I want
look, he
Future to
did it
do
with.
something like that, but it's
Yeah, and then me and Shaq was talking about that earlier about like artistry evolution. I don't know if you heard it earlier, Trevin. Kind of
mm-mm.
like some artists they want to stay stuck in trying to recreate that moment that they had 10 years ago. Like
Oh yeah,
When Future and Esco like took that picture, and everybody was just like going crazy and like, oh my gosh, like people. I'm like, all right, like they just took a picture together, like. But I'm like, not to say Future and Esco can't make good music now, but that's been like 10, 12 years ago. Like, y'all want
yeah,
Future to go way back to 2013, 2015? Like, come on. Like, if Future and Drake, and we had this conversation, if they drop What a Time to Be Alive too, would it be the same as the first one? Like,
no, no, because he ain't gonna have Metro.
but even if they did somehow, right? If they did even get Metro on it, would it still would it still be the same? I don't know. I
I
don't
think it
know.
would do good. I don't know if it's gonna be as good as the first, but like it would still do good if they, if they keep the mind on the mission and not on no bullshit.
Wait,
I don't know. I just like some artists should just
who?
certain things
What was
should
the
be let
question?
go. Certain things should just be let go.
Yeah,
Wait,
I
you didn't
agree
hear
with
what I
that.
said?
Retrace
Wait,
again,
I
Joe.
was talking about. Okay, I was talking about how when Future and Esco took that picture, right?
Uh huh.
Everybody was going crazy. Like, oh my gosh, like this is gonna be how it was in 2015, 2016, right?
Yeah,
About Future and Esco, like, you know, when they just took a picture. That's all they did.
I seen it. I
And
seen that picture. Yeah.
and I was like oh, okay, like that was cool, but I just feel like certain things that artists should just let go. And I'm not talking about like Future should not collaborate with them, but I'm just saying how some certain artists try to still recreate that moment that they had 10, 20 years ago. Like
Yeah,
if Kanye was to say, "Hey, I'm dropping a My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy too," like, cause some artists try to use those titles to make the viewer feel like it's gonna be another one of those moments,
Right.
and that's why a lot of people are so strict on Carter 6, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm a number one Wayne fan, but if Wayne did not name this album Carter 6, I wonder would people still be talking about it as much.
yeah.
If this album was just named something new, if it was just not Carter, would it still be anticipated as much as it is now? And I just have a 50-50 opinion on that.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Because you name your album Carter, like when he announced Funeral, people were like, oh, okay, cool. But then I met people that never even heard of Funeral. But people know about Carter 5. So I
Yeah.
just think that it's just those titles. Like if I'm not even a Nas fan, but if Nas was announcing he's dropping an Illmatic 2, or Stillmatic is basically Illmatic 2. But I don't know. If Jay-Z was dropping another Blueprint, people would probably lose their mind right now.
You think so?
Like Blueprint, what Blueprint 4, 5, 6, I don't know. Man, because it's let me tell you, it's certain album titles that us as consumers we hear and it grasps our attention. Like look how Future did us with mixtape Pluto. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then look what happened when it actually came out.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
people were saying, "Oh, mixtape Future is back." Like, "Oh man, we mixtape Future is back," and mixtape Pluto dropped, and it was nothing how what we expected it to be. It just
It
it
was
was like
virtually
some
impossible.
songs. It was some songs. I feel like it was some songs that Future already had in the vault. I'm gonna be honest, and he just probably wanted to release something.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, that's how I feel like some artists just come up with a new concept. Like you keep making sequels to these classic projects. Like it's very concerning. Depending on how Carter 6 is, I will wonder, hey, do we need a Carter 7? You know, but
Hell no.
some some people say Carter 6 should be the final Carter.
Carter.
Even dropped yet, and people are saying, okay, let Carter 6 be the final Carter. Because
Bro,
some
if it's
people were
some
saying Carter.
bullshit, bro,
Some people
I'll be in that same boat with them.
look. Some people even wanted Carter 5 to be the last one. I remember when Carter 5 dropped.
Nah, I think
And people,
when the way Carter 5 was, I think we were like due for another one. At least one more.
mm,
Hold
At least
on,
in my
bro.
opinion.
Check what you
Wait,
think.
hold on. Save the Carter conversations for like the next one because
Yeah.
there's a reason why.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
but nah, I back to the interview thing. Yeah, I definitely believe. I definitely feel like artists should still do interviews and some in some matter. You know what I'm saying?
I guess.
All right, nigga. All right. You do an interview then.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know, bro. I'm
Talk
gonna
talk
look
about
like a hater.
talk about that one time when you gave a beat to Adult Swim. Remember that?
Hell no. Hell no. I'm not gonna talk about that.
Shit.
I'm gonna leave that in the past.
All right. Next topic.
Man.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. You good? We good.
Okay. Is 2 Chainz a legend? Before Black Toe
Yes.
says anything.
Oh. Shit.
What?
I already said something.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. I was just fucking with you. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's a legend. Easy. Ain't not one bad verse. That man been on a run that a lot of niggas wish they was on. And he's only getting better.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, you tell me. Nah, no. I was about to message you for a second. Yeah, I was about to say, what if 2 Chainz was like rapping in the 90s? Like, you think he'd be able to compete with like the others?
Oh, nah.
Damn.
He'd probably be like with Outkast and them.
That's fair. That makes sense.
Like,
I say he's a legend. I say he's a legend. It's. I know it sounds a little off-putting, but I feel like he done what he was supposed to do. Like if he was to drop like another, or even if he wasn't supposed, even if he didn't drop like another album, like his albums, they definitely make up for him to be in a legend status, especially the one he did with Alchemist and Larry June.
mm-hmm.
So I believe so. He did. He was one of the only few artists that did like just a regular collaboration with Lil Wayne, like no Hot Boys or anything like that. It was just him. 2 albums.
He did 2 of them. Yeah.
2 albums. Matter of fact. Sorry, Drake. He killed everybody on Mercy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Best verse.
Coop the color of mayonnaise. I'm drunk and high at the same time drinking champagne on an airplane.
Insane.
You don't get better than that.
Beat selections was crazy. He got better with each project. Like even like even from like some of his earlier songs, like his earlier projects from like 2010s or whatever. Like every one of them was just fire on fire on fire, bro. Like he did what he was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think a single rapper is going to make a song as good as Duffel Bag Boy. You know what I'm saying? That's one of them.
I mean,
That's one of them perfect songs.
yeah, you're right.
Well, I had to give my opinion. I think not. I think I
Oh
think
my god.
Two Chains is not far from being a. I think Two Chains is not far from being a legend, because
Mm-hmm.
of Two Chains made a shift, kind of like I feel like Pretty Girls Like Trap Music was the shift where Two Chains started to focus more on being a rapper, because his earlier songs, like he had bars, but his his earlier era, like people was not putting Two Chains in the lyricist conversation, and now people are putting him in that conversation because now he has dedicated his projects now are dedicated to rapping, and his main focus now is to, hey, look, I'm gonna show y'all. There's no more of that strip club song, no more of that, like those anthems or that hype man. Like, no, I can really rap. And I feel like since Pretty Girls Like Trap Music, and that album came out in 2016, I'll probably say for the past 9 years, like that's what he's been demonstrating. But a legend, I don't think I don't think yet, because I put Wayne as a legend, and I just think that I don't think Wayne and Two Chains are peers, and even
What?
Two Chains has even said that himself. Like, no, I don't think they're peers. No, I do not. But I do think Two Chains, it's admirable that Two Chains could even can keep up with Wayne, because I don't feel like a lot
Then
of
that makes
rappers
them
can.
peers because they made two projects together.
It does not. No, no, that does not make them peers.
How does that not make them peers? That's like the definition of a peer.
Because no, okay, no, no, it's not. No, that doesn't make you, just because you do an album with somebody. That don't make you
When you
that don't make
collaborate
you
with
peers with
someone,
somebody.
like for a whole project, that doesn't make them peers.
No, that does not make you a peer. That does not make you a peer with a fellow artist just because you do an album. Rapper that been doing it longer and that has been in the game way longer than another artist, and they decide to collaborate together. That don't make them peers. I
Bro,
mean,
longevity
it
is
does
not a
not.
factor in this. Why is that always why is
Well,
longevity always a factor?
I'm just I'm just expressing my point. I just feel like Two Chains is definitely a top tier rapper, and I definitely feel like he deserves more respect. But putting him in a legend status, I just think that he's not far from it. Like, he's not far from it, but just saying, man, Two Chains is a legend. In my opinion, I don't feel like he's got there yet. And this is the
What
same
is it?
thing.
What's it gonna take?
What is it gonna take? I
Like,
don't know.
what does it
I
take?
just
Because I
feel
think
like
he's
that.
done like a
What?
lot. He's done like a lot more than like everybody else except Wayne. But like that's if you got to use Wayne as an example, I think that kind of like kind of proves the point. Use someone that's not a legend and see if is there somebody that's not a legend that's better than Two Chains?
Like, okay, so explain what you mean. I mean,
Is
there's
there
other
someone
artists that
that
I
you
know that
think
are
that is there someone that you think that is not a legend that is better than Two Chains?
somebody who is not a legend that's better than Two Chains. That, like, rapping wise,
Bro, in
I feel
general,
like
because I don't know what you what the requirements are.
okay. When okay, listen, this is what I'm telling you. When I'm talking about legend, I'm not talking about rapping ability. You don't have to be a legend to be a top tier rapper. I mean, people could say Meek Mill is a top tier rapper, and then some people could say, well, he's not, maybe not in a legend status, but
I
Meek
know.
Mill can
Well,
rap. You
Well,
know?
yeah,
Hmm.
JID
Go
is
ahead.
is a top tier rapper, but he's not a legend yet. I know that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying, is there
yeah.
someone that like has that doesn't have that legend status that is overall a better artist than Two Chains?
Better artist.
That's a
Hmm.
yes, because I don't think that
That
there
can
is
like
one.
okay, like I mean, you mean rapping ability or just the artist overall?
No,
Like
because
what you mean?
the
Like
question was, is he a legend? And I'm just like, I think that
yeah.
he crosses off the the checklist to make a rap legend, because there are people who are rap legends who did not do as much as him.
No, I let me say this. I just think this. I feel like because this is my stance. Because Two Chainz made that shift later in his career, I just feel like that to me, wouldn't put him in that legend status. I'm not saying, and I do feel like there are still more projects to drop, and that's why he's still dropping projects because it's not that he's trying to prove to people, but Two Chainz is still saying, hey, like, look, I understand this shift and trying to get people to understand that, hey, I could really rap. He knows that he done that later in his career, so that's why he's still dropping projects because I would if Two Chainz was to announce, "Hey, he's not dropping no more albums," I would be looking at him crazy. Like I feel like a legend is to the point where you don't have to make any more music. With Two Chainz, I'm not saying that he's in a bad position. No, Two Chainz is an amazing position. But I'm just saying is this: when I think of a legend can retire. I just think that yes. All right, we're gonna say this, and let me add details to this. Financially, I'm not talking about rappers' financial status because I'm not bringing that in there because we all know these rappers got money, right? So I'm
Right.
not bringing that in. But when I talk about retirement, retirement is that hey, like, look, you have dedicated your whole career to lyricism, status, what you call it, style. You have dedicated
Mm-hmm.
all these things so that you don't have to ever make a song again. Wayne
Right.
could retire if he wanted to after Carter Six. What I'm saying is, Two Chainz. I will still be expecting a Two Chainz album. I will still be expecting a
Well,
Two
Wayne
Chainz
doesn't
album.
count. Wayne doesn't count in this because like he made a million. Like as much as he sold when physical sales was a thing, he Ben could be able to retire. But the thing is that like with
Hmm.
two, he could like there has to be another example because you keep using Wayne and he is a legend. I
Okay.
don't think that
Well,
there's anybody that's
look.
not a legend that's better than Two Chains. That's what I'm saying.
No, I mean no. There's some artists. Okay, there's some art. Okay, I can mention artists, but are you
Mm-hmm.
talking about rapping wise? Or are you just talking about it can be an artist? Period.
The whatever that you say puts people in that legend tier, there's no one that's not
Okay, well
there that does it better than Two Chains. Is what I'm saying.
I feel like Travis Scott could give Two Chainz a run for his money in
No,
terms of
the
music.
fuck he
I feel like he
can't
can.
because
I do feel like that. Yeah.
Travis Scott could not is not more. Travis Scott's bigger than Two Chains, but like in terms of like an artist, Two Chains is more respected than Travis Scott
Creativity.
is.
Look, look. Okay, because people are not gonna put Travis Scott in a rapper conversation, but at the
So
same time,
if they're not
but
gonna, then how's he a rap legend? If
mhm.
they're not gonna put him in that conversation,
No, 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 no. I didn't say Travis Scott was a rap legend. You talking about as a better artist. When I think of artistry, I just think of creativity. And in my opinion, I think that Travis Scott has more creativity than Two Chainz. But of course, Two Chainz is a better lyricist, of course, than a Travis Scott. But
right?
creativity, I have to put Travis Scott. I have to put Travis Scott above Two Chainz.
So is
What I'm saying is
creativity more
this:
important than lyricism?
no, no, no. They both can go hand in hand. They both can.
Yeah,
It depends on. It depends on because you have an artist like Kid Cudi, where people could say, okay, people definitely would never put Kid Cudi in a lyricist conversation, but
right.
creativity, people like, man, this dude is on a whole nother planet.
Yeah,
So 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 my thing of like this. What I'm saying is, when I think of a legend a legend is someone who look you can put your mic in the closet and say I'm done with this and people will not expect much more from you because they know, man, like you didn't pretty much done everything. You didn't done like people are not gonna be like Jay-Z's not in a situation people like saying like, man, you gotta drop another album because of like no. When he drops music, people are like, okay, that's cool. But I think Two Chainz is an artist who's like, yeah, I do feel like, hey, it's still some more albums that he needs to drop before
But
he reached that status.
you're using artists that were around longer than him. So longevity must be a factor then. Because using Jay-Z and Wayne.
Okay, all right.
I'm saying there's nobody in the same generation as Two Chainz that did what he did better than him.
Okay, based on, I'm gonna say this. This is my opinion.
Yeah.
Since you interrogated me, based on my opinion, look, look. Based on my opinion, based on all the albums that Two Chainz dropped, I feel like his catalog is not legendary status yet.
That's fair.
And that's just that's my opinion, right? And matter of
Yeah.
fact, and I'm gonna say this because when I'm talking about legend status, I'm not just mentioning longevity, but I'm gonna say this. I go based on catalog, and I feel like catalog does matter a lot when people put you in a legend conversation. I'm gonna mention some albums, right? Pretty Girls Like Trap Music. Some people say that's the classic. Rapper Go to the League. Okay.
I love it.
Kylie Grove 1. A lot of
Okay,
people
that
don't
one.
mention that album.
Yeah, I don't really.
Uh,
Not
tr-
really.
True Religion Mixtape.
That was pretty cool.
Okay. Codeine Cowboy.
No.
Okay.
Not Cody Cowboy.
Based on a true story. Based on
I
a true
love
story
that.
too.
No, not based on truth. I don't know
Okay.
about that one. I don't know about that one.
Okay. Based on a true story too. Came out 2019.
Right.
I mean 2013. Dope Don't Sell Itself. Album came out in 2022.
I remember that
Okay.
one.
Okay. Okay. How you feel about it? Just a quick.
I feel like that one was like a filler type of album.
Okay. I
Because
feel
it came after a really good one.
Okay. So help me God.
That's the really good
2020.
one.
Okay. Welcome to Collie Grove. Collie Grove 2.
I feel like that one did its job better than the first one.
Okay. But it was cool, right?
It was cool.
Okay. No Face, No Case. It's a compilation album with his artists.
I don't think compilations
Artists
really
he
count.
had on it. Okay. And Trapper Valley Trey 2015 mixtape.
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay. And Based on a True Story 1.
No. Well, yes. Sorry.
Okay.
I thought you already said that one.
Okay, I said there's two of them.
Oh.
The second one was
okay.
alright, but the first one was
I
real
love.
dope. The second
Yeah,
one,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, and then he dropped a couple mixtapes like Felt Like Capping, Free Base was an EP. He dropped like a
Yeah.
lot of filler projects within. But based on all the projects was mentioned, you say Pretty Girls Like Trap Music, that's a classic, right?
hmm
Okay, and Rapper Goes to the League and So Help Me God and Based on a True Story 1. And you said both of the Collie Groves was cool, but out of all those projects, it's like 3 or 4 that you like the most. So what I'm saying is, not that his
Okay, if
catalog
we're
is
doing like
bad.
statistics, because Nas is a rap legend, and that nigga has like a cavalcade of like bad songs and bad albums.
I'm not talking about songs. I'm talking about okay, but he probably has more picks than 2 Chainz.
He does now because of the Magic and Kings disease series. That's like 6 albums.
Oh,
but
okay.
But he was a
okay.
he was a rap legend before. He was a rap legend before those came out, though.
Yes. So what I'm saying is when I talk about an artist being in legendary status, catalog matters. I'm not talking about numbers. I'm not talking about first week sales. None of that. Catalog does matter, and based on 2 Chainz catalog, I do feel like there is some more projects that he could drop. Like, and he's doing that now.
Yeah.
So, So basically, I'm not crapping on 2 Chainz. I'm not. He's not far from a legend.
Oh no, yeah, I know
But
he's not crapping on him.
But I do feel like there is still some work that could be done.
He just needs one more So Help Me God tier album, and I think that he would at least be up there, like with the grades.
And then I'll say this: I feel like Pretty Girls Like Trap Music is a fan favorite because
It is.
that album it's it had a balance of creativity, and I'm gonna still give you creativity and rap because on that album he had Migos and Travis Scott and like it's a vibe, and he was like you could tell like he had some creative features. Like I love Good Drink, like
Yeah,
dope, but but at the same time he was still rapping, but he was still showing his creativity side. Like
bro.
so,
I think he did that better on "So Help Me God" though. Like "So Help Me God," like that. Those songs are like he was like taking that shit the most seriously in that.
So Help Me God was the album if, like you say, if somebody said like, okay, Two Chainz don't really have an album where he's being lyrical, that's the album that I would point him to. But
Yeah.
because he had like a lot of those soul beats, and
Mm-hmm.
the way I feel about soul beats, man, leave them soul beats to Rick Ross. Like,
Hell no.
Nah,
Hell no.
wait, hold on, bro. Hold
No,
on,
cause
bro.
no, cause no, cause the way that nigga's verse on Ale Boomaye, he did better than fucking Rick Ross did.
but
Hold on,
I
bro.
don't know. I
I'm
just
letting
feel
y'all
like,
talk,
go ahead.
but and I'm listening. Like I'm not mad with any of y'all's opinions. You know what I'm saying? I respect both of y'all's opinions, but we're not about to sit here and act like Chainz can't rap on like any
Oh
type
no,
of beat, bro.
you know where the fuck I stand with that.
Because like nigga, I remember I was doing Uber. It was like 2019, bro. I was doing Uber and I was just driving. My fucking aux is fucked up and everything, so I had to listen to the fucking radio. And he did a song with Ariana Grande. I forgot what was the name of that song, but like it was like a soulful sample type of beat and everything. It sounded like some not Just Blaze, some Justice League shit. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
nigga, I'm like, Chains,
Bro,
this
Chainz be making niggas go haywire on this shit. Like if you don't go haywire, he's gonna fucking beat you on your own
Nah,
song.
bro, if you don't go haywire, you are just a matified hater at this point. Like Wayne would even fuck with you, bro. Like,
I'm saying, bro.
but like at the same time, like I get it. Like Dewan's probably saying like he need at least like that one project that's like niggas gonna like wow everybody.
Unanimously love, yeah.
But the thing is, it's like he might not even able to really get that because we're in a different time now. You know what I'm saying? These kids ain't really messing with Chains like that. Like the only ones who respecting Chains is just the niggas who, the forefathers or the niggas who got love for this rap shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like,
bro, this nigga got Pete Rock making beats for him, bro.
no,
And
no.
Alchemist.
So I think what it is, like I think Dewan wants like he wants Chainz to be more of like an influence. Like he wants his name to be like covered over the states or some shit like that. And I can get that to an extent, but Chainz already done the most he can do. You know what I'm saying? Like the only way, like I guess that like if you really want him to like really be out there like that, I mean, I guess tap in with the younger culture and whatever, but like he doesn't need to do that though. You know what I'm saying? His music already his music speaks volumes already as it is. You know what I'm saying? He been personal. He been on that trap shit. He been on that club shit. He been on that bar for bar shit. He went bar for bar with Wayne. He went bar for bar with Griselda members. The only thing what's next? An Andre feature, a Big Boy feature. Fucking
He got the Big Boy feature.
he got the big.
I think he did. I think he was on one of Big Boy's albums.
You know what I'm saying? A beat from Timbaland or something like Chainz done everything. Like God forbid if he was to leave this earth today, niggas are going to put him in that legendary status because he already broke barriers for like a lot of things. Niggas thought that he was going to just going to come and go like after his first album. You know what I'm saying? Or at least around whenever Mercy dropped. But he kept pushing. He did that song with Pharrell from a while back. You know what I'm saying? Scott Storch, Murder Beats. Like, bro, Chainz done a lot already. Drake sees it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody sees it. Ross sees it. Ye sees it. There is nothing more. Shit, I think even Nas will give that nigga his flowers. You know what I'm saying?
He said it. He said he's a big fan of 2 Chainz. Like back when 2 Chainz was like Big Booty Host days.
Bro,
Birthday song.
yeah, like bro, even Jay-Z sees it in him. And Chainz was strong enough to even decline to even do like I can't remember if it was either sign to Rock Nation or do an interview, not an interview. To I think just to meet up with Jay because Chainz wanted to bring his people along with him. And Jay and his people was like nah bro, like it's just only you and him. You know how bold you have to be to just deny somebody in that caliber just because you want to have your team with you, bro.
Yeah.
Chainz is a fucking legend, bro. Like I still get it. The one you feel like there's still more room for improvement, but it's like, and I'm not gonna bring age into anything because like that shit doesn't even matter because like look at No Malice, right? No Malice hasn't really been in the game for like so many years. But he did that song with Pusha T last week or whatever, and that nigga still got it, bro. At 52, that nigga still got it. Huh?
That's his brother though.
I know, but I'm just saying like I don't want nobody to bring age into that factor because like Nas is 50, Jay is 50, half of these niggas are already 50 and whatever, and they still pushing out shit like they're still in their prime, bro. You know what I'm saying?
2 Chainz and Big Boy don't have a song together, but they was on Family Feud together. All right, bro.
Oh well, I feel like Chainz done enough. I mean, but at the same time, I feel like Chainz probably feel like he still hasn't done enough because look, he's still dropping songs, bro. He wants that recognition. You know what I'm saying? Bro did a project with Alchemist and like we're hearing different styles of Chainz that we probably never even heard before, or like that stuff that he probably improved upon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know what else he could do. Like I said, compare him to Wayne. Like I'm gonna say it right now. Y'all gonna hate me for it. Y'all gonna hate me for it.
He's gonna say it.
I feel like as of right now,
I'm gonna disagree.
I feel like as of right now, he's at the same, if not the same level, he probably surpassed Lil Wayne just a tad bit.
That's
kind
of crazy.
Only reason why I'm saying that because right now we don't know what tier Wayne is in as
Wayne's
not
doing
tier
festivals. He's still doing like festivals and shit.
No, that
like in New Orleans.
Well, all I'm gonna just say, I'm putting them in the same bracket. If we're not talking like popularity or whatever, because like I don't know. If you want to throw in like if Chainz could sell out his own arenas or show, then that's a different thing. You know what I'm saying? I can't.
That's different because like Nas isn't selling out no arenas, but he's a better rapper than like everybody we've already mentioned.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Like, I don't know if Dewan's mindset is like maybe he like.
Dewan. No, what Dewan's saying is valid because it's the discography that keeps him from it. That keeps him from that status because like, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, it's not for everybody. Like 2 Chainz music is just not for everybody. And even though like, it's easy to digest, there are some people who just will refuse to put him in that category. There are niggas who refuse to put Lil Wayne in that category.
Right.
Because they don't really understand like what makes someone like Wayne special and why he's as good as he is. It's just they just focus on the shit that he says on certain songs. You know what I'm saying? But the one knows 2 Chainz' discography. So it's not like it ain't like he's just talking out of his ass. And I know he's not. Yeah. I know he's not. But when he brought up 2 Chainz' discography, I can't deny that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was just confused on what I just didn't know what held him back from it because, in my opinion, there's no one of the same generation that's better than him. But the discography is a big fucking. It's probably the biggest thing that keeps him from that status.
Yeah, his only peers out of like I guess his generation's like what, Griselda?
No, Well, no, his. I mean, bro, I still think him and Wayne are peers.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
no,
just
no, no, most definitely. They're still peers, but I'm just saying like any because if that was the case, like, are we going to throw in that conversation if our Griselda members are legends?
no, they're very new. They're very fucking consistent though. So
Right.
it's like they're probably if they stay at this path, it's gonna like happen like very if it hasn't already happened, it's gonna happen very soon.
Or shit, Freddie Gibbs.
Nah, I think Freddie. I don't know, actually,
Because if I
because
mean I know
Freddie did a lot. Freddie did like what he did was actually pretty like monumental with him and Madlib. I think that just makes Madlib more of a legend than Freddie because like without Madlib, I don't think niggas really care about what Freddie be rapping about.
yeah, because I'm just trying to like kind of like I know Chain's been rapping for like a long ass time, like especially with during like the early days and whatever. But if I had to like imagine putting him in let's say like a freshman class or whatever, I guess it would be around the one with J Rock and Nipsey, or maybe before.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because the only other ones that we could have just done that with is like, see, it's so weird. It's really kind of weird. Look,
It
bro,
is.
just to kind of make things short, I still feel like at the end of the day, I feel like Two Chainz done enough to put him in that status. But yeah, if he does happen to make an album which ends up being like his magnum opus or the somewhere to put him in like in at least like in a top 10 conversation, then yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Or the game. I was gonna say the game too, but I think the game has that one locked down.
You mean the game is like a legend,
Well, that and as like as a peer, like if you was to put, well, then again, yeah, there was on Ollie Boumaier, so yeah,
bro? Two Chainz smoked everybody on that motherfucking song, bro. I'm telling y'all, we gotta. Don't put Two Chainz on your song if you want to get your shine, cause he will outshine you.
Yeah, what when I was saying, yeah, and that's just to sum it up. Like it's like I can tell y'all understood. Like so far as everything else, like features, status of an artist, consistency, work ethic. Like yeah, like Two Chains is definitely. It's just that the only thing, it's just to me, in my opinion, it's just discography. That's it. I just feel like, what he's doing now is helping his discography. That's because when you know, and this is coming from a person who have heard his discography and still goes back to listen to it. There are still some albums where I'm like, okay, like they're cool, but then like his discography is either like you got some albums that like, man, all right, man, this album is real dope, and then you got some of his albums like, they're all right. But what
Yeah,
he's doing now, as he's evolving, yeah, I it like as he like dropped, even though I feel like it would have been real dope to hear Two Chains and Alchemist just them together on the album. I'm not disrespecting Larry June. I'm not gonna have that conversation today. I'm just not gonna do it. But it would have been really dope to hear just Two Chains and the Alchemist. Like,
yeah.
it would it would have been really dope to hear them just do their own thing. But
Well, he's coming out with something with I think he's coming out something with DJ Premier or Pete Rock, one of those.
yeah, yeah, like yeah, for the most part, like as his discography is getting better, I will move him up to that status because he's definitely like out of his generation of rappers, he's definitely showing us like the only reason, and it's so crazy because I feel like I'll say this, and even with Wayne, and I wasn't comparing them to, but I'm gonna be honest. If you remove Wayne's mixtapes, I it would be a lot of it'd be a lot of arguing because his mixtapes definitely give him that support system.
Yeah,
Like because albums alone that can be argued. I can understand if somebody was to want to argue me about albums alone, because people know mixtapes is the cheat sheet. Like, oh,
Yeah.
like that's the first thing somebody say. Oh, they bring up. Once somebody bring up dedication too, I'm like, yeah, yeah. I'm not, yeah. Like once people bring up dedication too, and no ceilings and sorry for the wait one. I'm like, yeah, of course. So them mixtapes, even though his albums are like the ones that are like more so mainstream, them mixtapes definitely plays a huge part in why people look at Wayne the way they look at Wayne.
Yeah. That's valid.
All right,
But
y'all
again,
ready?
that's just Wayne though. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ready.
let's move on to the next topic. Time's kind of running a little low for me. Um, excuse me. All right, bro. I swear, bro. Damn
I know.
phone. Is Two Chains respected as a lyricist? I mean, not Two Chains.
I
Two
mean,
Ti.
Yeah.
I'm tripping.
Ti.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Incoming
disagree.
Dewan hate.
It,
We
it's not
doing that?
hate. It's not hate. It's not hate. Look. I don't. I mean, do people put Ti in their top 20, top 10?
Yes. Yeah,
I
bro.
I never
Yeah.
seen it. I
Okay, he's not. It's because he's not rapping. Like he's not as active as he used to be. Like musically, this nigga will. Yes, he is like up there with everybody else. With Jay Z, with Kanye, with everybody that be doing real lyrical shit. He is up there with them, and he
Wait,
has
Jay
shown it.
Z?
Yes,
He's
he
up
has
there.
shown it.
Okay. Okay. Look,
He's been
okay.
on
I
songs.
mean,
He's
I'm
been
gonna
on
be
multiple
honest.
songs with Jay Z.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, all right. Well, I mean, I have to say, Paper Trails is definitely like when I listen to Paper Trails and I listen to Carter Three, I'm like, okay, these albums are like neck and neck, like because the way he was rapping on Paper Trails is crazy, but um, I mean, like as a lyricist, I don't remember hearing too many people bring him up in the conversation. I know definitely in the trap conversation, like definitely people put him in that top three, that Gucci, Jeezy, and really just Gucci and Jeezy. I hear people. I mean, no, Gucci and Ti. I mean, Jeezy and Ti. That's mainly what I hear. Some people mention Gucci like me, but I didn't know that they put him in a lyricist conversation when it comes to like their top 10. I have never heard Ti be in people's top 10 rapping wise.
I mean, okay, because there's like so many rappers, you know. Like having a top 10 is like you're gonna be mad of. There's like 10 rappers that everybody talks about. You know, it's like you gotta have Jay Z in your top 10. You gotta have Nas. You gotta have Wayne. You gotta have Andre. That's like four already. You know, and it's like, and if you gotta have Andre, you gotta have Big Boy as well. And there you go. That's five.
Yeah.
And then depending on then you gotta have Tupac and Biggie. That's seven. 50 Cent. You know, like before you even Kendrick, before you even get that's nine right there. Like before you even could get to Ti, the buzzwords are already like taking up the top 10 spot.
I just didn't know. I just didn't know that he was like even in the lyricist conversation. Like yes, he could rap. Like Ti can really rap, and I think that when it was a conversation where people was trying to like say Ti versus Wayne, and Ti was like on an interview or something. Like I think he
Yeah.
just did some on Instagram live, and basically he was like, "Hey man, Wayne, I put Wayne above me, but I'm not comparing him to Wayne. What I'm just saying is this: I just did not know. I hear people more so talk about trap, mention him in trap, but so far as being like a MC, I did not know that he was. That's the only reason I posed this question because I did not know that people actually put Ti in that lyrical conversation. I just always hear King of Trap, King of Trap, King of Trap.
Yeah.
But if that's true, then I don't know. I mean, honestly, I mean this and discography wise, like, cause I remember listening to Paper Trails, right? definitely like rapping. Like, definitely rapping, a lot of lyricism. But then when I listen to some of his other albums, like it's more so just like a lot of trap. Like his album Trap Music, very much just I'm from Atlanta and I'm giving you pure raw trap music. And it was a real dope project. Um but I didn't know like lyrical wise, like I never put some of T.I.'s albums besides Paper Trails in a big lyrical conversation.
Yeah.
The Libra, it's been a minute since that album dropped, but I think when I heard the project, I didn't put it in that. Like Ti has one of those discographies where you have to kind of like go back to
Yeah, cause
because,
he ain't dropping nothing.
but
He's just not a rapper now.
but a lot of his discography besides Paper Trails, I thought that he was just more so just doing like trap. I didn't know he was more so like giving his MC side. I feel like Paper Trails was that album where he was showing like, hey, like look, I can go bar for bar. Now, if there's another album where he was going bar for bar, I
Ti
probably
versus
don't remember.
Tip.
Okay, that one.
Ti versus Tip. He was going hard on those songs. Especially he had like
He was
one
going
with
bar
like
for bar.
yeah, cause he had like Busta Rhymes on it and shit. And like he had and Jay Z and Eminem like they were all on on that album, and he he kept up with all of them. Like if the people on there they were like on like you could tell that they respect Ti. You know what I'm saying? And he had like Wyclef John and shit on there.
Which was the one he had Eminem on?
Ti versus Tip.
That was the same one. Oh, yeah,
Yeah, it was a touchdown.
yeah.
That's my favorite Ti album. So I'm damn near ride or die for this nigga.
I'm
No,
not trying
you know
to.
what I'm saying?
Also, I'm not trying to like kind of give Jay Z like all the grace or whatever. But I feel like anybody who Jay Z kind of respects as far as like a rapper, like he knows like he sees something in him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like
And him and Jay Z been on multiple songs together.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not trying to make it seem like Jay Z's like the king of all rappers. So whatever he say goes.
Well,
and
he's the
shit.
guy that everybody wants to. He's the guy that everybody wants to reach. Like it's like
Yeah.
once you get the Jay Z, that's like the common consensus of rappers is once you get the Jay Z verse, you're kind of solidified in the rap world because
Yeah.
Jay Z don't give verses to anybody.
Nobody.
He still ain't get one to Joey Badass, and they from the same fucking place.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's one thing getting a Nas feature because like well not even with that because not like I would say it kind of takes a little bit for Nas to like reach out or whatever or
Bro, you're not getting a Nas feature. I don't even know how the fuck what the fuck DJ Khaled be what he has to be getting a Nas and Jay Z feature. I don't even know, even to this day. But
I mean I don't know because like it was like when I first listened to just a little off subject but like when we first listened to King's Disease ones and I saw Lil Durk on there along with 504 and I was just like what is this like
yeah,
like you still haven't even give like J. Cole or Nas like I mean not Nas Kendrick a verse but
he got J Cole. I mean, he kind of got J Cole a feature, kind of.
that don't count bro you know
Yeah,
that
dude. I think it counts.
but yeah back to the subject Ti is definitely respected as a lyricist. Everybody sees it. He has the skills for it. Best believe, like even though he's on vacation mode right now or he's just chilling, you put him back in that booth and you ask for him, he's gonna give it to you. Simple as that.
Pause.
At least that's how I feel.
Bro, he don't be doing shit. I know that he can like I know that he can rap, but like I think you said the Libra project. That the one where it's like black and yellow.
I think so.
Like
Yeah, that's the last one.
the features was carrying him on that one, but that's just because like he kind of had a mission. He kind of was acting like he had a mission with that one, cause like I think it was also on that album, bro. They gotta stop giving Rhapsody like solo tracks because it's just like it's so obvious that they know that she would kill them, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, I was hoping for him and Rhapsody to get on the song together, but no, it's just her. I'm like, damn, man.
She had diamond and dozen, bro.
That But
which is
the
scary.
Libra just gave off to the Libra just gave off to me like, hey, like I'm an Unk now in the game. Like
Yeah.
like to me like that album like, hey, I'm an Unk. I'm gonna let y'all come in, y'all do y'all thing. Even the song with Lil Baby, I was kind of like I was kind of like confused by it. The song was okay, but it did really give Unk vibes. Like nephew, come do your thing. Like
Nah, but
and, and it's
he. Oh yeah, yeah. No, you're right. My bad. My bad. What you saying?
yeah. It just kind of like the album. I'm not saying the album was trash, but to me it just gave out Unk vibes. And honestly, I haven't went back to the album in a long time. I'm gonna be
Me
honest.
neither.
I ain't went. I have not. I went back to paper
I
trails.
did,
Like
bro. I went
every,
back to Trouble, man.
yeah.
I went back to Ti versus Tip, nigga.
And
I went back to.
I haven't went back to Dime Trap since probably the album dropped.
Oh Lord,
Like
have
that was,
mercy,
but but but
nigga. Who you telling?
yeah, I have not I have not went back to Dime Trap in so long because I feel like when I do go back to Ti, I listen to his older stuff. Like I listen to his older stuff, but then again, I'm gonna be honest. I don't even be listening to Gucci's new music because I kind of know with Gucci, he's kind of now to me he's kind of predictable now.
Yeah.
Like I know Gucci, I know how Gucci gonna come on the song.
Oh,
Pause,
okay.
man,
Oh,
pause. But
whoa.
but I know I know how wait, I know how Gucci will arrive. Is that better?
He'll arrive.
Well,
Just like you'll know how he'll perform. You know how.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Y'all niggas
This boy,
wild.
this man said arrive. Yeah. Yeah, bro, I'd be stuck at that shit too, bro. I don't know what to
No.
say.
I know how Gucci will perform on the song.
Yeah.
So I guess I don't give. And then I'm gonna be honest. Gucci does exactly what he did like before he went to jail. He drops a lot of music. Like
Yeah.
Gucci probably drops 20 mixtapes a year. Like it'd be hard for me to kind of keep up. But
It's
so
hard for
far, as
anybody to keep up. You gotta damn near live with that nigga to catch up with him.
yeah. But Ti, when I go back to his songs, I actually go back to his older catalog. His newer catalog, I have not been the biggest fan of. And
Bro, now that's true. That's true. Like the new stuff, he he be doing the best like on features. Like when he did the I think it was the Killer Mike and LP feature that he had. That that verse, I think that verse made me look at him as a lyrical rapper because that shit is like it's like a hood nigga with a big vocabulary. You know what I'm saying? Even though that's like even though it's
mhm.
like a more recent song that's like I think that came out like in 2012, 20 I don't remember when that Killer Mike album came out. But like that song, like he was actually saying some like really tight shit on there. I was like, "Oh yeah,
Mhm.
I forgot he
Yeah.
has a big vocabulary."
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Ti could drop another one on one if he actually like wanted to, if he actually felt like it. I actually like his son, his son Damani
Domani?
can spit. Like, yeah, Damani Harris, his son,
Mhm.
like can go bar for bar with a lot of these young guys that's out now. He's not even 30. Um,
Alright.
yeah, so it's I'd be more interested into his son's music. Actually, his other son too. He raps too.
Not as good as
He calls
Domani.
her. He's like, I know. Hey, look, I like old dude because he calls himself Prince of the South. Like it'd be real
Mm.
funny. Yeah, he do. He called himself the Prince of the South, and I'd be like, all right, like you
That's hard.
know,
That's kind of hard.
You
That's
talking
pretty
about
hard.
Harris, King
yeah,
Harris, or whatever?
Yeah, King.
yeah, King. Yeah, he called himself. He's the Prince of the South. So
I
like.
respect that.
Hey, look! I'm kind of excited for these kids, like these kids rapping because Lil Wayne's son is, you
He gonna
know,
be on Carter 6, isn't
like
he?
I think he was confirmed. Well, he got two sons that rap. The one, like the one that was that's supposedly supposed to be on Carter 6, he's not the one that actually does his solo thing now. His
Mm-hmm.
other son, the one he got with Nivea, the one that kind of got the dreads that look just like him, his name Nova, I think. Lil Novi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He be actually like trying to like rap and stuff. Like, but a lot of people kind of give him backlash because they be expecting him to drop to do like a dedication or no feelings. He be like doing interviews. He be like, "No, I like Cardi, I like Uzi, like,"
Yeah.
and they be like like so excited, like, "Man, are you gonna drop a dedication?" Or he be
They're
like,
like, what
"What
the
are y'all
fuck is
talking?"
that? Oh,
Yeah,
that'd be crazy. What the fuck is dedication?
yeah,
Huh?
they be asking. Yeah, they be like, "Oh, man, you know about your dad dropped dedication too?" And you're like, "What are you talking about?" Like, but that's all I really have. This Ti topic was very much like y'all pretty much answered it. I just don't go back to Ti's earlier catalog. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
I don't.
understandable. That's understandable.
All right.
I don't.
Let's go on with the last two topics. The Big Sean curse. So before like I really go into it, let me explain. So, like I said, for the last couple of episodes, I know I've been talking about Big Sean a lot, and that's only because like I I'm really trying to like understand like what went wrong with Sean. Not his rapping ability, but like him being in certain situations that kind of be looking bad for him. You know, because like for example, like so from his first three projects, the Finding Famous to shit, I'm already forgetting that's the second one. Hall of Fame and Dark Sky Paradise. Those first, like I said, those first two projects, they're kind of hard to go back and listen to now because he was saying like a lot of cringy shit and stuff like
Boy.
that. And he always just had this thing where his beats, where it's just like you want niggas to kind of take you seriously, but you rapping on these fucking I don't even know the term for it. It's like these soulful piano Sesame Street ass beats, and it's just
Boy.
like nigga, really? Like
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
like he changed up when he dropped the first Detroit project or whatever, the one that had like Royce the 5'9", Kendrick, and a couple others. Like he started to like elevate a little bit more,
Yeah.
and then he started showing his pop side with Hall of Fame because he did a song with Miley Cyrus. I think it was like Fire or something like that. I like the song, but like you could tell like he was really trying to hit that pop lane, and I think he was also dating the Glee actress who passed away a couple of years ago. So it's like I get it, like he was like trying to reach into that type of lane or whatever.
Boy.
And I mean, shit, he got his respect because he got a Nas feature, so he was doing something right. You know what I'm saying? But
You got a Nas feature?
huh?
You got a Nas feature?
Yeah, it was called My First Chain or something with Kid Cudi. It's a good song. I mean,
Was
you
it on
know,
his album or on Nas's album?
It was on his album, Big Sean's album, Hall
I
of
probably
Fame.
heard it then. I gotta go.
Yeah. And so he had to been doing something right, you know what I'm saying? He was cool with Jay-Z too, so like he was doing his thing. It's just he just had other songs that was just like kind of just whatever. Like, bro.
Got a Beyonce feature.
Huh?
Technically. He got a Beyonce feature, technically.
Yeah. Yeah,
See me now.
that's what I'm saying. Like he been doing his thing. Like no matter what I say or how I feel about those songs, sort of say, he did what he was supposed to. He did what he was supposed to do. And like even with Dark Sky Paradise, like I ain't gonna say he perfected it, but he definitely matured a lot from those last couple projects. So I'm like, for at least for like the last decade, like Big Sean was doing fine on his own. You know what I'm saying? Like he said himself, he was carrying good music on his back because like, yeah, Pusha T is like a top tier
Oh,
lyricist.
yeah, that was true. Yeah, he was carrying good music.
Yeah, Pusha T was a top tier lyricist, but like the album sales wasn't really like hitting like that. with all due respect, Kid Cudi had
But
left.
Pusha don't never. But Pusha don't never. He don't never do good album sales.
He never do, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's not really like the main point of like the conversation. It's just like we know he can rap his ass off, but like it wasn't enough to like really be saving good music
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
As far as
yeah.
for
I
like
feel you.
yeah, on a financial standpoint, Big Sean, all his albums was like at least like platinum hits, and stuff like that. So Big Sean, he definitely had good music on his back. He definitely was carrying it because Cuddy had left, Common had left, John Legend had left.
I mean, those are really big losses. I mean, Cody's a big loss. Common and John Legend, they can just go.
I mean, John Legend had that pop back for a while, but that's a topic.
Yeah,
for
no,
another
he had the. Yeah,
Yeah.
he had all that shit.
You know what I'm saying? And no disrespect, no disrespect to Tiana and the rest of them, but like they just wasn't really. And I know that was kind of like Kanye's fault, but like wasn't really doing like they wasn't really bringing the money to the table. You know what I'm saying? Sean was the one who was consistently doing it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no pun intended. But
Yeah, I know.
I did notice that around after like his the I Decided album, the one that had like Eminem and all that, he dropped that one project with Metro Boomin, and boy, that shit
The
was
Savage Mode? Oh wait, that's not Savage
that's
Mode. What is it
21
called?
Savage, bro. It's called
Bro, ain't that the one oh the oh fuck. What
it's
is it
the
called?
Black and White album.
Yeah, it's the one that like it had like they silhouettes and shit.
Yeah. Secret character unlock type shit. Like,
Oh, don't look it up. I'm trying to remember it.
well, when you do look it up, all I'm gonna say is, bro, that album was buns. Like, even the
Oh no, I know it was because he didn't fucking talk about it when it came out.
yeah,
Double or
like
nothing. Yeah, I guess it was a nothing.
yeah, bro, that album. To be honest with you, it didn't really have no promotion because I didn't even listen to the album until like a year later.
They
I was
shadow
like,
dropped it.
huh?
They shadow dropped it.
Yeah,
I remember that.
yeah. It was just kind of out of the blue. I'm like, when the fuck did they drop this? And like, I think the only song that kind of popped off during that album was the one with Travis Scott. It was like Gold Legend or something, which I still didn't even fucking hear about. I ain't gonna lie, 2017 wasn't really a good year for Travis Scott, so like that song kind of just came and went too. But
It wasn't a good year for Travis Scott. That's the first time I heard about that.
because he did that collab album with Quavo, and that album kind of just came and went. I mean, I personally like the album, but it came and went. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yes, very. Huncho Jack,
No, I thought the album came out
17.
yeah, in
It was 17. Yeah, but yeah,
Oh,
after that,
You show?
2017, yes, because
What's the name of it?
2018 was Astroworld, and 2016 was Birds.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember, I was a
But I
former
thought
Travis
people
Scott.
liked it. They
I was
didn't?
I was a former Travis Scott fan, bro. I know this shit. Don't question.
It's just weird because
Okay.
2017 is like the bad and bougie year, so I ain't think that Quavo would have a whole
The,
fucking
so it was an experimental. It was an experimental year because you remember. So during that time, Travis he kept messing around with his auto tune or whatever, because birds and rodeos are like night and day. They are two different projects. You know what I'm saying? Travis he was trying to be more melodic and be less rappy. So like when Huncho Jack came on, like he wasn't really rapping like that. He was just it just sounded like more like some radio style type shits or whatever. And it wasn't bad. Like Quavo, he was doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? But
rappy.
it just kind of just came and went. Like there was a couple songs that was really good, but it just came and went. You know what I'm saying? That's just the honest truth about it. I don't know what the fuck he did to change his shit. When Astroworld had came out, like that nigga's like, all right, I'm done with this dumb shit. Like, cause Astroworld, like that shit, it knocked out. You know what I'm saying? It sales went up and everything. You know, but back to the main subject. Yeah, like with Big Sean and shit. Yeah, after that project what he did with Metro Boomin, like we didn't hear nothing else about him since then. Like we did hear him on a couple features with Janae Go and like some leaks of on Yandi and stuff like that. Like for those who did hear it and whatever. And then like the supposed beef between him and Kendrick, which that shit got patched up eventually and stuff like that. So like nothing really, we didn't really hear Sean for a while until like 2020 he dropped Detroit 2. And Detroit 2 in my opinion is, if it's not his best project, it's at least like a top 3. You know what I'm saying? Because I have that along with I Decided in Dark Sky Paradise. I feel like those are his top 3. And then after that again, Sean he didn't go quiet. He did have like a little EP with Hit Boy, and because Hit Boy was in his bag and shit, so that was going on. He was dropping a couple singles after that. He was definitely on a feature run for a while, but it's like you kind of notice that like you wasn't really hearing about Sean too much, or Sean wasn't really putting himself out there like that. And like I think at that time like he just had his kid. He was venturing more into his spiritual journey, men's mental awareness and stuff like that. Which I respect any man, black man especially, to like check into your mental state and everything.
It's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Is it this month?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Well, look at that. Well, yeah, definitely check into your mental health. Please do. I'll trust me. Just
Yeah.
do it. I do it. Anywho, but yeah,
Do
Black man.
but I know. Hey, I got support my brothers. Like we definitely, hey, we be stressing out here. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But,
Black men.
black men especially. Yes.
Wow.
I advocate for that definitely,
Boy.
heavily. Yes.
Wow.
But yeah. After that, we just wasn't really hearing too much from Sean or whatever. But
Wow.
what we did notice, however, was every time when he was about to try and pop out with a new song, there was always some altercation that was going on behind the scenes. Like last year, he dropped a single. I think he was gearing up ready for his album and everything, and then out of nowhere, hell just broke loose between Mr. Lamar and Mr. Graham, Albie Graham, whatever the fuck his name
Oh
is.
shit, that did happen.
Yes.
Damn, Big Sean.
Yes. Bro.
Oh, yo,
and
that
then
was unfortunate.
and then his album got delayed, and then when the whole news with Kanye kind of like lashing out and name dropping Sean or whatever, these stands leaked Sean's album, and that also kind of not ruined his rollout, but it kind of messed things up for him once again. And
Kinda.
then like the album did come out, but I ain't gonna lie to y'all, it didn't click.
It wasn't it.
Not one song clicked with me, bro. And that was the first time in years that a Sean album never clicked with me. You know what I'm saying? Like at least with the first two albums, like there was like some songs that like at least hold you over, you know? But this one, granted, he was trying to pull like a Mr. Well, I ain't gonna say pull, but he was doing like a Mr. Morale, if you want to compare it, and talk about more about his personal stuff. And by all means, do what you want to do. But the songs that like he wasn't doing it on, and he was just trying to like rap and whatever, he was doing that triplet flow. Not the triplet flow. He was just he was doing the triplet flow, and like I don't know, like the beats he was rapping on sounded like some Playboy Cardi shit. It was just like bro, like what are you doing? Like this ain't you. You know what I'm saying? If y'all haven't heard that album, I'll go give it a listen, because maybe I could be tripping. I only listened to it once, and I know you're not really supposed to rate an album based off of that, but like that's how bad I felt. Like I was just felt about the album. Like it didn't click. And that's
That reminds me.
What's up?
Oh, I'll after you finish what you're saying. My bad.
Yeah. It it was just random, like not random. It was just weird that like an artist that like I ain't gonna say look up to, but like that I have respect for, album just did not click like that, and
It happens.
I was just like, yeah, it happens because like we went through it with Nas, we went through it with Jay, shit, Yay, Wayne, especially Will.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's just like it happens, but it's just like damn, bro. It's just like what the fuck's going on? And now this year he comes back, he does the Red Bull show and stuff like that. Once again, he gets outshined by the same people that he was doing the shit with, and then another rap beef happened, and then now Sean is just like, just here. You
What
know
the
what I'm
fuck
saying?
am I supposed to do, boy?
And like I just don't like and I will say this, I was watching a video a couple months ago where no, not even a couple months ago, like I think after that video, and they were talking about, yeah, they was like literally talking about like the big Sean curse, like how does Sean always keep getting put in these conversations. And what somebody had brought up was just like, bro, I don't remember the last time Sean even been on tour. And I was just like, I don't really keep up with tour stuff like that, but like, yeah, normally I'll hear like a Lil Baby tour, I'll hear like a Kendrick tour, I hear Drake tour, or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I haven't.
Didn't he go on tours 2088?
That I don't know. And if it was, that had to been like years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But the only tour that he did was like he was an opener. Oh, he was opening for Russ, I believe.
Ooh,
And it was just like,
that gotta be rough.
it's just like, what the fuck? Like, nigga, you're Big Sean. Like, and that's no disrespect to either him or Russ either, because both of them are good artists. But it's just like, the fuck is going on, bro?
I mean, him and Russ got something in common. They both got outshined by Soul.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you remember the Who Wants What song when Ab Soul just straight up decimated whatever the fuck Russ was saying.
Yeah, I didn't know. I wasn't aware of that.
His first line is "Know your roots and who you're rooting for." That was all you needed to say.
Shit.
That's all you needed to say.
Shit. Oh. We're gonna have to talk about that another time. But yeah, man, like I just don't like the position that Sean is in right now, bro. It kind of sucks to see. I mean, man's still making his money. I hope that he got his masters back from that whole Good Music situation.
Of course he got those. He got the masters, and he's like I think he's one of like a major investor in like Lyft or Uber.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I do remember hearing about that.
Yeah, he's not gonna go broke or nothing like that. Because usually, like, I mean, it's another conversation. But the thing is that like a lot of these rappers, they never go broke because they always like invest like immediately,
Right.
as soon as they're able to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Are you were saying something, Trevor?
I was just gonna use another example about like Nas investing into Ring,
Go ahead.
shit like that, like just big things before they get big. That was it.
Yeah, I have to say this. I'm gonna be quick with this. Big Sean never pretty much he never really gave me that interest factor. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I have listened to some of his projects. Uh, Detroit 2 was cool overall. I just think I don't think I gave Detroit 2 that many listens because I remember that year it was like there's a lot going on.
It was a hectic year. Yeah, I will say that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wasn't that during COVID?
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a lot going on. So when Big Sean announced he dropped an album, I was like, oh, okay. But
Yeah, okay.
yeah, Big Sean just never really gave me that interest factor. I always been interested more in Big Sean as a person than his music, and because I feel like he's a honestly dope person. I feel like Big Sean he give out big bro aura. Like he hey, he gonna give you advice and he gonna tell you the right thing.
I agree.
But so far as music, And I feel like that's how I feel about Corday. I really do like Corday as a person. Like I oh my gosh. I that's how I feel about Corday because it's just certain rappers that their music is to me because I think because I'm just such a like a creative out of the box person. Like even with an artist that is a lyricist, I do expect like a lot of creativity, like a lot of just extra. And I feel like Big Sean is more so like, no, he's a chill guy. You know, he's not gonna do too much. You know, and I feel like that's how I feel about YB and Corday too. Like he definitely has the skills to be a rapper, but it's like that it's that it's like eating chicken and you know you ever ate some food and you're like, man, something's missing from it, but you don't really know.
And
And
that's how Corday's music
yeah,
feels. It's like, damn, I'm missing
and
like
that's
a
how Big
side
Sean,
or something.
yeah, and that's how some of Big Sean's music feels to me. Like to me, it could be some people that totally disagree, and I'll understand. I'll uh I'll understand it. I never put Big Sean like in my top 10, my top 15. You know,
Damn.
I just think that he just never gave me like that creative vibe that and I feel like YB and Corday is probably going through the same thing because it's like YB and Corday could rap, but it's like that interest factor that okay, man, you could rap, but sometimes something can be just too bland. And production wise, or it can be production wise, or it can just be the bars. It could just be very much like, you know, not out of the box. And I feel like that's something that Big Sean used to do. Even when he used to say like his little quirky bars back in the day, like it was still something that was fun, but to listen to, but I feel like something can be bland. I feel like some lyrical rappers, just because you rap good, that don't mean that it's real creative or real out of the box. Like for example, Jay-Z. I mean, like when I was listening to a couple weeks ago, I was listening to the Blueprint. I'm like,
Hmm.
man, some of the stuff that Jay Z was saying, I had to think. Like, you know, some of the bars on there, like it took me a minute to catch on to, and I just think that sometimes with rappers like Big Sean and YB and Corday, it could be. I still call him YB and Corday. It could
Mm-hmm.
it could still be very much like something is missing. Something is missing. Like
I
and so
guarantee you it's because it just be
mhm.
sounding like he ain't got no energy in this shit.
I think that's what it is because sometimes Big Sean comes on the song like for example like a Wiz Khalifa. That's his vibe. Like that's you know that's what he do. Like I would never be like man Wiz Khalifa sound like he have no energy. Like no he's a smoker. He's supposed to sound like that. But when I listen to Big Sean, it's like okay like man like where's the enthusiasm? Like where's
Yeah.
the like you about to attack this beat? Like where's the and that's the same thing like YB and Corday. Like YB and Corday be coming in with some hard bars, but I think the delivery be like so chill. I'd be
And
like,
also, no, Big Sean be saying some bullshit ass bars though. Like he be having some actual like stinkers. Like then they be saying, "I be like the stars and plan it out." Like, nah.
I
What was
mean,
it? There was one where he. There was one where he said like, where he said something like, "I got like my ears open, so I'm here for you, bro."
I
I wish I need to get. I
mean,
need to. I need to get it. I need to shut up. I need to get a damn like list of those bars, bro. Them, it be bad, like for real, for real.
yeah, him and I just put him and YB and Corday in that same position. Like I just put them in the same position as in like it's the delivery. I just think it's the creativity issue. It's just a creativity issue, bro. It's like just being a good rapper is not enough. You gotta have creativity too. You gotta say things that make people like, or for example, like J Cole. He comes in with that creativity. Pause. Oh my gosh. But
Pause.
uh, but J
oh,
Cole brings that
gutter.
creativity to his. J Cole brings that creativity to his rap, and I just feel like that's something that Corday and Big Sean should work on. That's all I gotta say.
Corday, okay, Corday, he has more energy than Big Sean.
I said creativity, not energy.
Oh, create. Oh, my bad, my bad. I think Corday's still kind of like figuring
Create.
it out though.
Yeah, yeah, and I give him grace because he definitely ain't been in the game long as Big Sean. So I guess, but at the same time, Corday been doing this thing a minute too. So, well,
Yeah,
not
and
like
he
Big
already got
Sean,
like the
but
Wayne features and shit.
yeah, but Corday been in for like 6, 7 years. But I do give him a little bit more grace because his first part of his career, he was in that group, the YBN group. so
Yeah.
so now he's in his solo era. Sometimes I think about where those guys get back together. But
Nigga, no, hell no. After that one song, I think it was Namir, bro. After that one song he made, yeah, them niggas is gone. They are done for real. Corday is not gonna associate with a nigga that made that song, bro. That song is
man,
like
look, Namir.
legit
Okay,
bad.
that's another topic for another day. We got to talk about Namir because Namir chilling right now. He's saying, look, y'all.
He ain't got no
But hey,
choice
he
but
was
to be
trying to get.
chilling.
But look, no, he was trying to get on his West Coast back for a minute. And see, that's another thing that a lot of these artists do when the music start going like getting slow for them. They start going to a different state and trying to capitalize. Uh, like no,
Hell yeah.
it's like it's real. Like if you ever listen to early Tiger is not West Coast. Like early Tiger, and all of a sudden he's like he has the West Coast sound. So I just feel like that's something that some artists do.
He got
They
that
just
Rack
move
City
to
bag.
man, bro. Look, these artists move to another side of the country and just said we're gonna just start over here. Like they move to New York and start making. Now they make New York drill. Like it's just crazy, but yeah, creativity is just missing from Big Sean and YBN Corday.
Shit done.
Yeah. All right. That's all I have to really say about the Big Sean. I hope shit can work out for him right now. I don't like seeing him like this.
Boy.
I'm not saying he needs to be in like any rap beef or anything, but like
Whoa.
he needs to do something, bro.
Boy, what the fuck?
Big Sean say I do this.
I do it.
Yeah.
I
But
do
Big
it because
Sean
I'm
does it.
what? Wait, how that song go? I do it because I. Never mind. I, don't
I
know
do
how
it because I do it.
But yeah. Hey, 2 Chainz ran that verse on All Me as well. Big Sean was right behind him, but goes to 2 Chainz.
Always 2 Chainz, man.
All right. Last topic.
All right.
Last and final.
This
topic.
nigga said, nah, that metal detective bar was kind of crazy, though. It was
Oh,
funny,
my.
but damn.
What happened?
The 2 Chainz verse on is on All Me,
Oh.
where the metal detector bar. That shit was funny. It was funny, but like, without a bad bar, I don't think so.
I mean, Big Sean says he has to wear a bulletproof condom and still like.
And still got to
like,
pull out. I
Big
love
Sean-
that bar too.
Bulletproof? Like, man, are you serious, bro? Like,
Like he got shooters.
gosh.
That's crazy.
All right, hold on. That took my mind to a different space. Let's get back to the topic.
All right.
What's the next one? Is it the last one, or is there still two?
Oh. Yeah. Let's just move on to the last one because it's kind of getting a little late. Well, I mean, if you can make this one short, Trevin, what did rap taught you? Like about music?
What has rap taught me? Oh, about music. What do you mean, like life lessons? Rhythm. Most importantly, rhythm. I learned from listening to a lot of rap music. Because that's just how I grew up. I ain't even thought about it. Like,
Talk a little bit closer to the mic, please.
my bad. I ain't even thought about it because it's like rap has taught me like I guess like my vocabulary has elevated because of all the people that I be listening to. People like Ab Soul and Black Thought, they put me on to certain like real world things that have happened. Like if I never listened to Ab Soul, I would never know what Bohemian Grove was.
Hell
You
yeah.
feel me? So it's like, it's also like another thing. that it's very educational whenever whenever they decide to make it that. Oh, my inventory's full. So it's like there's also a good amount of that. It's a good amount. I mean, I gotta really think about it, but those are the ones that come to mind.
Yeah. Shout out to Jay Z and Rick Ross for teaching me about Freemasons and the Illuminati.
Okay.
I learned a lot.
Okay.
All right. Last topic, y'all. Last one, and this one is going to be for the books. Carter 6 predictions. Should I go first, or
Yeah, I think. No, let Dewan go first. Well, yeah, I don't think Dewan's went first on any of these topics since I've been here.
Nah, Shaquille, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Shaquille.
Let me pause the game. Eve just stand there looking pretty, bro. All right, bro.
Had that shit on pause for like 3 minutes.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Uh-oh.
I ain't got no faith in this project.
Damn.
Maybe,
None at all.
maybe. I say 4 songs at most. 4 songs.
What the?
And here's
Wait, how many songs do you think is gonna be on it?
So judging based off like the last few Carters, I know Carter 1, 2, 3, and 5, and I'm not including like deluxe editions or anything. They had like over like 16 songs. I think Carter 4 is the shortest. So I'm going to assume that it's going to be around like over 17 songs. I think so.
I fucking hope not.
2, I went last night. I was doing my Carter research. I went and listened to most of all the Carters. I skipped 3 and 4 because I know them from like the back of my hand already. But I never listened to 1, and I faintly remember 2. I listened to 1. 1 was pretty cool. He was still coming off that Hot Boys sound era, or whatever. And and he had like that strong Louisiana sound to it. So I was like, okay,
Yeah, he was coming.
he did his thing. Then I listened to Carter 2, and I was just telling DeJuan, I'm like, Carter 1 and Carter 2 are like night and day, because like that nigga was rapping. Like 1, like he was rapping, but he was just having like some fun. But 2, it was like, nah, like nigga, you about to feel me, like no pause or anything, bro. Like you about to feel this shit. You know what I'm saying? And that nigga went all in.
Whoa.
Yes. He went all in on that. He went all in on that album, bro. I don't care. Y'all niggas can make jokes you want. Carter 2 is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say I liked every song, but like I did like I did at least like what I was hearing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Like Carter 3, like I said, I skipped it, but I already know it from the back of my head. We already know Carter 3, that nigga was just fucking around. Like he was on his high horse at that point. You know what I'm saying? Carter 4, which is my personal favorite, it was like a good blend of everything. Like it wasn't too much, like there wasn't really much of a Louisiana sound on that one, but I could definitely hear like the maturity from all the past like songs he did from that point, because it was weird. He went from I'm Not a Human Being and Rebirth to Carter 4, and it's just like, nigga, you went through like 3 different phases within the past year or two. Like what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But and I know some people are kind of mixed for Carter 4. They feel like it shouldn't have came out at all. They feel like, it was like the end or whatever. I personally love Carter 4. That shit was just damn near perfect. And then
Carter 4 was cool.
Yeah, I mean, shit, that nigga had everybody on that fucking album. Like, I don't care what you say. Besides Kanye, but like that didn't really matter. But he had from Nas to Busta Rhymes, Andre, fucking Shine, even though I didn't know why he put him on there, but it is what it is. But
Buster Bust.
Tech 9, fucking like Rick Ross, everybody, bro. Like Like he did his thing on that project, and thankfully
Buster Bus.
thankfully no Nicki Minaj feature. Yeah, I said it. But
Buster Bus.
and then like after that, after a couple, his issues with Cash Money, and then like some projects that was kind of questionable. Besides Hard for the Wait too, that one was fire too. It's just he was relying a lot on auto tune and shit. It was still a dope ass project, but it was just like what the fuck was going on with Carter 5? Now Carter 5 comes out and something's off. There's an X feature.
Oh my god! If he fucking does some shit like that on Carter 6,
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't even care if I'm even pushing 1 o'clock at this point. It's still 12:30, but just hear me out, bro. So listen, X. I have nothing against X. XXX Tentacion. I mean, like if he had sampled him, or if they just use it as like, okay, they just sampled his verse, which they kind of did low key, then I guess I would have been okay.
They did because they didn't fucking call him in the studio.
Yeah. Like if they didn't use him as like a feature and just more as like, okay, they just sampled his voice, sort of say, in that type of logic or whatever, then I would have get it. But when they did that song, I kind of understood how this album was going to kind of turn out, because like I said, I listened to this shit last night. I haven't listened to before then. I haven't listened to Carter 5 for like the last maybe 3 to 4 years, and that's because I didn't remember having like a good time listening to the album. Granted, I bought the album day one when Google Play was still a thing, and without knowing what this album's gonna be, I literally bought it off of hype. You know what I'm saying? And me being a Wayne fan, I regret it. Because
oh man,
Carter 5 without a doubt is the worst album out of all the Carters. And I get the memo behind it. It was a more emotional type of album, but that's only because we don't know what Carter 5 was originally going to be. You know what I'm saying? Because like if Carter 5 came out 2014 or 15, how it was supposed to be,
it sure wouldn't have had a fucking X feature.
It would not have an X feature. Depending on if Travis Scott was going to be on there, that's neither here or there. Regine, I don't know, maybe. It definitely would have had that Nicki song on there, maybe a Drake feature. But like I said, bro, like it
talk about that Manny Fresh.
That I fuck with that song though. The one he did with Manny. No, wait, was Manny Fresh on there? No.
Manny Fresh and Mac Main and Ashanti.
Yes. Oh yeah, no, I love that song. I fuck with it. You tripping? Okay. I love that song. I love that song wholeheartedly. But like I said, the one. So I'll go through this right now. I'll go this right now because we got time, bro. We got time.
No, we don't.
We got time. Yeah, we do.
No sense,
pull up the track list.
Hold on. Yeah, let me get the track list out. So my favorite songs off of Carter 5, no deluxe, just straight regular. I'm gonna throw in Scotty there because Scotty is fucking crazy. But just that album itself, Let It Fly, Can't Be Broken, Mona Lisa for sure. I'm pulling my Dr. Umar, bro. Mona Lisa for sure. That song specifically. Yes. Yeah. I don't give a fuck if Kendrick Lamar's on there. That song specifically. Yes. What About Me? Hitters. Took His Time. Start This Shit Off Right. And the last song. Let It
Not
All
Dedicate?
Work Out. Huh?
You didn't mention Dedicate.
You don't like Dedicate, bro.
So the songs that I mentioned, that's the ones that I mentioned.
Wait, hold on. Shaq, do you even know what song I'm talking about?
Yes. If it wasn't for Wayne, it wouldn't. So I ain't gonna lie to you. The only reason why I didn't put that song, I did used to like it, But my wife, she overplayed the fuck out of that song, so like I can't listen to that shit no more.
That's not
You
fair,
see, you
bro.
see the wordplay on that song?
No, no, no. Okay,
The
okay. It's a
wordplay.
good song. It's a good song. It's just I just got she played that song a lot, bro. Like every time we were about to go out to eat or whatever, and we hop in the whip. If it wasn't for, I'm like, Tay, come on, bro. Like I grew out of it. And then the
Oh
next
my
song
God.
after that, fucking the
Oh.
one with Swiss Beats, like nigga, what the
I
fuck
mean,
is
any
this?
song with Swiss Beats is certified.
No, 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 no. That one specifically, bro, is just like, all right, like what is this outdated piece of shit? It's like you rocking an iPod touch.
Outdated.
You rocking an
It's Swiss
iPod.
Beats, bro.
Yo, you rocking an iPod touch in fucking 2019, bro. Like what the fuck? What the fuck are we doing here, bro?
Anybody working with Swiss Beats is just outdated.
No, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Like, okay, maybe now, but 2018, no. Okay.
Yes, bro.
So
Even
what
in
about
2018.
Open Safe? What about Open Safe?
No.
Okay.
He's
What about
sticking by
Demon?
his list, bro. That's crazy.
I'm not thinking about the list. It's just
I-
that I don't want to be
sticking by. I say you're sticking by your list.
Yeah, I'm sticking by my list, bro. I'm sorry, like no, maybe used to.
Okay.
But
Okay. So I'm just gonna name a few songs you didn't mention and just tell me. You can be very short of how
Okay.
you feel about them. Open Safe. Open Safe.
hold on, before we do this, let me give me like 2 minutes. Give me like 2 minutes. Hold on.
We're talking about Carter 6
2 minutes.
expectations, right?
I know, but I'm just trying to see where his mind at because I just want to know like because it's some songs on Carter 5. I just want to know how you feel about it because there are some songs on Carter 5 that sound like they probably would have been on
Okay.
that they probably would have dropped in 2013.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest.
So
So I want okay, Open Safe.
open safe. No.
Okay, Demon.
No.
Okay, what about Mess?
Wait, actually, you know what? Demon. I rock with Demon. Let me take that back.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
what about a Mess?
Uh, nah, I can't.
remember?
And I have a good reason why.
Okay. Okay, what about Dope New Gospel? That one was hard.
Nah,
Oh, really?
there's a reason why.
Okay. Okay. Perfect Strangers.
That one's cool.
Come on, bro.
That one's cool.
Yeah, he's talking about. Come on.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
about Used to? I understand. You like Used to? Man, Used to sound
Used
dated, but okay. Yeah, like okay.
Yeah.
How does used to go?
Yeah.
Hold on. I might need to
Open
listen
letter.
to it again.
Open. Okay. What about Open
You talking
Letter?
about the song that was on? Wait, hold on.
Actually,
Does he have
no.
a song called?
Nope.
He has a song called "Used to" on Carter 5.
Yeah. Funny enough.
It's not the one that
Not
that
the
he
not
did
the
with
one that
Drake?
was on Sorry for the Wait too. No.
No, I'm talking about what? So he has another song called "Used to."
Yes.
So he has 3 songs called "Used to."
He has a third song called Used to.
Yeah, did it? Isn't? Hold on, am I tripping? Yeah, he's on a song with Drake on
Yeah.
"If Your Rings Is Too Late" called "Used to."
Yeah. So there's that one, and there's one on Carter 5.
There's "Used to," like used in. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So let me listen to this one. Let me listen to.
Audience, give us like about 1 minute.
Oh, the "Sorry for the Wait" 2 one is the one that was on "If Your Rings Is Too Late."
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me go to the one on Carter 5. I remember this.
Yeah. No.
I remember this.
No. So, and here's the reason why I discarded most of those songs. Okay. I'm tired of that sound. I'm tired of that melodic. I don't even know if it's even auto tune at that point. That I like bro.
Holy
no.
shit, you did that shit. Crazy accurate. I just heard that shit.
I'm in a time and around bro, Nikki, you are 40. you are
That's
40,
crazy.
bro. Why?
We putting ages into this.
No, because like nigga, like Trev, like come on, bro. Like even if you were like 28, 29, why the fuck are you sounding like that? You know what I'm saying?
That's valid. That's
I'm
valid.
working. I'm excuse me. I'm working. Sweating my ass off. I'm listening to this shit. I'm like, hold on.
You're like, hold on.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, like what the fuck am I listening to, bro? Like, nigga, and just remember, I'm just now getting off Carter 2. You know what I'm saying? Carter 2.
Yeah.
So, I wasn't expecting like heavy bars or anything like that cuz I'm aware of the time that the album came out. But that singing melodic, bro, you're not fucking 21 no more, bro. And even when you was 21, you wasn't rapping like this. I rather have it when you was still rapping like you was like when niggas was like comparing you to fucking Turk and shit or BG, however you want to do it, instead of this shit. In my honest opinion, because I'm like it's insufferable. It's just like why? I get it. Like if that feature list, the one that was supposed to be the one that Complex had released, if that was supposed to be for Carter 5, it would have made sense because I can imagine Billie Eilish being on some of these songs. I can imagine Miley Cyrus being on some of these songs. I can imagine Miguel or any of these pop artists on any of these songs for Carter 5 because Carter 5 is not really like a rap album per se. It's more like it's a dedication. You know what I'm saying? No pun intended. It's a dedication type of project, but it's more like an emotional sensitive project, which would have like a couple songs that had like, you know, him saying Sue Woo and whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? That's the vibe that I got off of Carter 5. And I'm gonna be honest, I gotta be honest with y'all, I wasn't rocking with it. So that's why.
Damn.
And like you can tell that he still carried that same style into Funeral. You know what I'm saying? Because with some songs, like yeah, he was kind of rapping a little bit on Funeral, but he was still doing that same melodic, you know, rat type sound and shit. And granted, Wayne has not got off that sound. You know what I'm saying? At least from 99 to 2004, he had a period where he was still rapping like he was from the Hot Boys, which to be fair, I'll give him that. You know what I'm saying? But from Carter 2, from 05 to like maybe 08, like there was like somewhat of consistency. Then around 2008 to like 2011, he was experimenting. You know what I'm saying? Then when we got back to Carter Carter 4, it was straight bars again with like a little bit of like singing, but it wasn't nauseating. It wasn't insufferable. Then we went back to I'm not a human being too, and he's doing that same shit again. Like nigga, you're just singing. You're singing. Like come on, bro. Like, or if you want to sing, do that shit. Do that shit on another fucking project.
I honestly think that Wayne is in this like the same spot that Andre's in. I don't think he had anything to rap about.
Yes, bro. And another comparison I can make this to is Kanye, because Kanye's doing this same shit. They're fucking singing, and they ain't really singing about shit. See, this shit fucking up my throat right now. Like,
boys.
Yeah.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Hey yo, look, bro. Like, funny enough, I actually watched like the full video of that, or where that meme comes from. Nigga was stupid, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm listening to this shit. I'm like, this is not it, bro. I don't even think it's not the drugs. It's not the alcohol. It's not the. Maybe it might be the woman. Maybe the nigga is just lonely and he wants to find some love. Hey,
what are you doing? What are you saying?
Nigga, because like bro, Lil Wayne is like
okay, Shaq, that's a reach. That's a reach.
Is it though?
That's a reach.
Is it though?
Yes.
Because
because we don't know that.
I, exactly, but I'm just giving out theories. You know what I'm saying? Because like,
Cause ain't no logical reason for him to sound like that.
yeah, bro. Because look. Listen. I am 28. I've been around like niggas older than me throughout my whole fucking life. All of them are Wayne fans or whatever, and they're all saying the same thing. Like, why the fuck Wayne sounds like this now? You know what I'm saying? From street
Yeah.
niggas to hood niggas, politic niggas, whatever the case is, everybody's just like, bro, why the fuck does Wayne sound like this? Even niggas that I know that's from Louisiana, there's just like, man, I don't know what's wrong with Wody. Like, you know, like Lil Wody, he eating this and that and whatever. Yeah, bro, like what the fuck is going on?
That's hilarious. Bro.
And
He said, "Whoa."
and maybe I'm just tweaking, or maybe not.
Maybe not.
I don't fucking know. But I'm just saying, as somebody who listens, I'm not even gonna say I'm a Wayne fan, bro. It's just somebody who been listening to his music for a long time. I don't expect this album. I don't expect Carter 6 to hit. I don't.
No, I'm gonna tell you what it is, bro. Because
Go ahead.
it's the Young Money, Cash Money work ethic. Okay, they put a whole bunch of songs on a project, and as long as 4 or 5 of them are hits, they count that as a success. They don't put too much thought into it. This happens to the Drake albums. This happened to the Nicki albums,
Yeah.
and it happened to the Wayne albums or the Wayne project. They're not thinking about making it cohesive. They focusing on they focusing on their lives, and they just putting out content just to pay the bills, or at least to be able to sustain the life that they have. You know, because if they cared that much about like their sound or like the culture of the, they would have been touring. You know, I mean Wayne's touring now, or he's about to start touring, but like it's obviously not treated as a big deal as say like, you know, the Mr. Morale stuff. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And that's in my opinion, that's just how they've been coming off of how they've been treating their music since like 2015, 2016.
Right. And I can roll with that. I mean I ain't gonna say roll with it. I can understand that. You know what I'm saying? But at that point,
They should
I
stop.
at that point I can no longer put that, like, I ain't gonna say I can't put Wayne in the top tier list, but
Oh, I can't. I won't. If this shit's ass, I'm not putting him up there.
oh yeah for sure. I'm
He's
just like,
gonna get demoted. He's gonna get fucking demoted.
I'm gonna just be like, hey, Push the T watch.
Yeah, Pusha T gonna be laughing.
I don't know if Pusha T left like a curse on this nigga or something like that, but I'm gonna just say Carter 4 was his last best project. Yeah, don't talk to me. I don't talk to me about no Collard Grove or whatever the fuck the other project was. I mean, even though it was okay, like I'm talking about a solo Wayne project. Carter 4 was his last best one. I don't know what this man's going through right now, bro. And
You niggas
Well,
barely dressing. I'm on my 1,000 island. Oh my god, 2 Chainz.
and that's all I gotta say about it. That's all I gotta say.
I have some predictions. I'm not gonna take forever. Uh, man, I have faith that Carter 6 that he will deliver. I feel like to have an album and to just have no lead singles. I feel like Wayne could be up to something, and I think that. But I do have some what don't wants on the album. Well, I'm gonna just start positive first. I'm gonna start with the positives. Number one, like with Wayne, kind of like want him to chill out on the auto tune a little bit. Don't give like a lot of rap song. I mean, don't give a lot of like you say, a lot of singing. But the features, I'm really really nervous about these features. But I will say this: I just have faith that Wayne is like he's doing a tour and the album ain't even dropped yet, but the tour's already scheduled. So I just feel like Wayne he has so much faith in this album that he's saying, we're not gonna drop any lead singles, because he's been doing interviews, but his interviews, like Trevin said, was more so it wasn't about really music. It was more so either about sports or it was about just chilling and just talking about random stuff in life.
Yeah.
So the promotion, like around the music, has been relatively low. I have faith that he's gonna deliver. I don't know why, but I will say this: going back to the Free Weezy album, I feel like that album's definitely it might be above Carter 5 to me. But the only thing only thing critique I had about the Free Weezy album was the features because I wasn't feeling Jeezy. I
Yeah.
wasn't feeling Jeezy. I was not feeling that Jeezy feature, and Wiz Khalifa sounded like he was kind of like nervous because when his verse came about, it's like he was just seemed like he was nervous. I don't know what it was, but hey, I can only imagine. Rapping with Wayne probably would be challenging. But the Free Weezy album was a really dope album. Um, it's just that the features didn't hit, but the songs were cool. I don't know. I'm like y'all. I'm nervous, but like you say, I feel like this. If the album don't hit, it's gonna make me look bad because I've been preaching Carter Six probably since the last couple months. I've been like
Yeah.
everybody I know. I've been telling them Carter Six, Carter Six, Carter Six, right? And even it's to the point where a lot of people are excited because if you go to the website, like a lot of people has pre-ordered a lot of the merch, pre-ordered a lot of the CDs. So there are people that will be up at midnight trying to see what the Carter Six is about. I just have faith. I don't think I want no hot boys. I'm good. I'm good. I don't think I want. I don't think I want that. Like I'm not really like even Manny Fresh. I just I don't know like
Why no
Manny.
mini fresh?
Look, Manny Fresh is a legend. I know, but I'm just saying it's like that sound played its part, like it did. And if they wanna do their own thing, like another Hot Boys project, they should go ahead and do it. But let Carter Six just be a Wayne thing. Like because Carter Six has been so heavily like it's supposed to be so mainstream because everybody in the industry is excited for it that I feel like the Manny Fresh could wait. Uh, I do want like he had his mom talking on Carter Five. I do want that again, like that. Like somebody's kind of narrating on the project. Hopefully he has that, like his family, his son, somebody. I feel like that was real dope, and I please hope this album has a better intro than Carter Five. Carter Five, the intro wasn't bad, but it wasn't all that. But oh, and I mean the intro, not with his mom talking, because I respect that he had his mom talking. I have no issue with that. I'm talking about the X song, but
Mm-hmm.
Nah,
I have a yeah, I have a lot of expectations on this album, man.
I
Oh, no Tiger. I don't know, like
No tiger. Yeah, no tiger.
no, and I'm not crapping on Tiger.
I am.
I just feel like Carter Six, the placements for this album is really important. But knowing Wayne, he'll put his whole label. Wayne would do something like that. He will put his whole label on this project. Like so, bro, give me 2 Chains. Give me a 2 Chains feature. You know, if you can find a way to get an Andre feature, like do that. I know rumor Kanye's supposed to be on the feature. Hopefully, if Kanye's on the album, he's rapping, not singing. Uh, if he can get Ti, like I
That'd
don't
be
know why.
cool.
Yeah, if he can get Ti, 2 Chains might get a placement on there.
He
If
deserves
Gunna's
it.
on there, okay. Young Thug, one of my favorite artists, but he don't need to be on Carter Six. No,
No.
like no Thug on Carter Six. If he can get Gunna, that's dope. 21 Savage, Lil Baby, no. I don't want. Give me some guys that's gonna actually challenge you, because Wayne sometimes likes to get those guys that can't really challenge him as much.
Yeah.
No, like, and then if you want to throw a little twist on there, get a little twister. Let little twist have a moment. Yeah, you know. But
Hell nah.
bro, just make some
Corey
good fucking
Gunn,
music, man.
You brought up you bringing up Lil Twist. That's like the most press he's gonna get like this whole week.
Lil
Like,
Twist was on Funeral, so
okay.
but
You
I
know
don't
who
know.
else is
But
on Funeral?
Wayne, huh? What'd you say?
You know who else is on Funeral? I don't know.
J Rock.
That's why I was asking you.
Okay.
No, no. Okay. Hold on. Let me say this. We can end it. We can end it. I know. Hold on. I want to answer his question. J Rock. J Rock was on the album. I'm just going off of Adam Levine.
Big
The Dream was on the
Big
album.
Sean
Doja
The
Davies.
Cat. She was,
Dream?
Big Sean, the baby, the dream, J Rock,
I
but he
didn't.
didn't have
Didn't
a
he
lot of
diss? Didn't the Dream diss that nigga?
I guess they got cool.
That's crazy.
but the thing about Funeral is that Wayne did not have a lot of MCs on the album. Like he had Big Sean, but if you want to count Big Sean as like an MC, you can. But he had Big Sean and he had Doja Cat, but Doja Cat was still coming off her pop bag. She wasn't really rapping a lot. So, but other than that, he didn't have like a lot of like rappers besides J Rock and Big Sean. They're like the only two. And Big Sean had a very short verse. And Wayne was mumbling on the song with J Rock was on there. Like he wasn't really going
Yeah.
in like that. So Wayne is gone. He's doing this stuff on purpose too. Like bro, like no lead singles, no track list, like no official track list. So
I mean, Drake's gonna be on it.
man, look, Iceman, put Iceman on the album, of course.
Put Big Crit on it.
I'm ready
man.
for. But no, not on Carter
No.
6. This is no. He don't need to be on Carter 6. Like
Why
this
not?
Is for, look, Carter 6 is exclusively for. It's like this is a family album. Like this is like an album that's like you gotta really like have.
You said Lil
I don't know,
Twist, bro.
Lil Twist is family like to Wayne. It's like his son. He used to call Lil Twist his son. He
That
raised Lil
nigga
Twist.
must be a horrible father. Then that boy left Lil Twist out there to die.
Man, Lil Twist is still Young Money. He's still signed.
I feel like that's just
But-
like that's
but
like
what if-
saying you. That's like saying you're gonna stay at a job just because you've been there for some years, even though it's treating you horribly.
But but he has the push. It's just I don't know. Look, Carter 6. I believe it's gonna be a classic. I believe this is gonna be the album of the summer. I believe everybody wives gonna have this in their rotation. This is gonna. Carter
My
6
wife
is
is
gonna
not
change.
gonna boot that shit up, bro. I want her to.
Carter
I wish
6,
she would. She not a Wayne listener.
But he did. Wayne did do an interview, and somebody asked him like, "Hey, could Carter 6 should be on GTA 6?" And Lil Wayne said, "Hey, if they're smart, they would put Carter 6 on GTA 6." So I'm really hoping now that GTA 6 is delayed, I'm really hoping that this album makes GTA 6 because GTA 6 is just as hyped as Carter 6.
GTA 6 is not as high. What the fuck? What are we doing, bro? That's not
Yeah.
true.
No, yes it is.
Bro, look at
Carter
the announcement
6
of Carter 6. That I guarantee you, them views is not in the 100 millions.
Oh, look, like Wayne say, if they're smart, they will put Carter 6 on GTA 6 because Carter 6 deserves a placement. Like,
Look, this bro, they're in like
GTA 6 and
Miami.
it doesn't matter. They're still on the same playing field. Like they're on the same level. Carter 6 is on the same level as GTA 6. And then there might be more
What?
people who's
No,
It's
it's
just-
not. Bro, Wayne
There may
fans
be
and rap fans are looking forward to Carter 6, but everybody that's alive and breathing is looking forward to GTA 6.
and the same thing with Carter 6.
Everybody
Like,
that's alive and breathing is
Okay.
not looking forward to no Carter 6.
look, I'm just saying this. Look, Rockstar, if y'all listen to this, y'all gonna need Wayne on that album. Carter 6 needs to be on GTA 6. That's all I gotta say.
Rockstar gonna be like, I think we're gonna sell 1 billion copies without him if we don't have.
All right.
And
Sean.
Rockstar, we do. Hold on, Rockstar, we do have a copy of GTA 6.
We do. We have it. We will
No,
link it if you
no.
don't.
God,
Put weight on it.
Look, I do not. I'm just playing. I do not have a copy of GTA 6. Maybe I know
Nah,
somebody who already have the new King of the Hill series. I'm just. Let me stop if I get us in trouble. King of the Hill did leak though.
y'all niggas here.
I didn't know that.
All right, y'all. That was the end of this fucking episode. I don't know what the fuck these niggas are on.
I don't have GTA 6 or King of the Hill. Please, I don't have neither.
Bobby.
I got GTA
Wait,
7. What's up? All right. Anywho.
See, now they're lying. We didn't even make GTA 7 yet.
Bro, why Peggy look old in King of the Hill now? She looks so old, bro.
Because
that's what she deserves.
Passed. Whoa.
Bro, Hank don't look that much older.
Because he a
Hank
G.
did not-
Hey, black
G.
don't crack.
Exactly. All right. But thank y'all for coming through. Thank y'all for watching. Come through with the next episode. Next week's episode. And until then, y'all take it easy. Have a good one.